switch hitter as well. To clean up the designated hitter, sophomore Junior Ruiz hitting .358. Batting fifth, Tony Tognetti, the third baseman. Batting sixth, first baseman John Fagan, yet another switch hitter. Hitting seventh, senior outfielder Rob Douglas. Eighth, the catcher Adam Schwartzer. He's a sophomore, and the number 9 hitter is shortstop Gary Patchett. They'll be going up against Scott Doman, a junior from he won their regional clinching game against East Carolina and then the super regional title game against South Carolina. He is 12-5 on the season.
Well, Mike, he's a 6th-round draft pick of the Colorado Rockies, and the reason he pitched in Game 3, the coach considers him a hunter. He says he will hunt you, and that's why they wanted him in this game tonight, because it was an elimination game, and this guy is heart and soul. They say he is a bulldog and won't back down, and that's what they need tonight.
Well, the first guy to stand in, Ryan Brucker, is not going to back down either. A junior out of Irvine, California, the best leader on the club. 21 years old, only 5'8", 165, and he comes in hitting .294. Was 2 for 5 in his first game in the College World Series, and has 4 multiple hit games in the postseason. So he is hot at the right time and trying to help his team stave off elimination.
Well, absolutely, Mike. You see the first pitch right there, up and in, and he barely budged. We'll get to that in a second.
Another fastball is high. A lot of these guys won't move in the box, will they?
No, they won't. 105 hit by pitches. They will do anything to get on base. Absolutely an amazing statistic.
2-0, a fastball on the corner inside for a strike. Home plate umpire tonight, David Wiley. And there's a good look at Doman. There's Wiley. Fastball in on the fists, and he fights it off into right field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Ryan Brucker. Carol, how about the defense we'll see?
Well, solid defense behind him, particularly the infield. Nathan Nelson, Rick Heidel, and Ryan Gill all drafted this spring. Great, excellent hands, and if it gets ground balls, a good chance that double play combination will be able to turn it over.
Brian Stream stands in at 5'3". They would like him to take advantage of his height a little bit more. The 5'3", 140-pound sophomore tries to bunt and fouls it off. He's out of Carmel Valley, California. They figure at 5'3", he needs to get a lot more base on balls than the 28 he has right now. But he wants to hit the baseball. He's listed at 5'5", and I'm sure he's pleased to death by that.
After standing next to him, I'm sure you're right. But you saw him try to bunt. San Jose State will manufacture. They'll bunt their way around the diamond.
Lays it down. Doman has to come off the hill. Goes to second. Got the force back to first on in time. Nice play by Doman.
Well, it really was. And great communication. You can hear the catcher, Mazziotti, yelling 2-2-2 the whole way. As soon as the ball was dropped, it's so important to have somebody telling you where to go, and now the pitcher does a great job of setting himself, but immediately tries to bunt this ball to first base after the third baseman was way in. But you see the pitcher already starting to set himself. No hesitation, Mike. He threw a strike to get the force.
So Doman helps himself coming off the mound, and Brandon Mackey, a junior out of Santa Clara, California, stands in. He played some junior college ball at Mission Junior College. Power from both sides of the plate. He's a switch hitter. And hitting .400 in the postseason for this ball club. .303 on the year overall. That's second on the ball club. They only have 2 players in the starting lineup hitting over .300. So these guys at the top of the order are going to have to deliver. Mackey and Junior Ruiz, who's the cleanup man on deck. 2-0, runner bluffs a start down to first. They tag at first, throw to second for the double play. So 2 nice defensive plays in the field by Louisiana Lafayette. And they get out of the inning after a leadoff base hit. Take a look at the Ragin' Cajun lineup that San Jose State will face tonight. Not a left-handed batter in their order, not even one on their entire postseason roster. Steve Feehan, the center fielder. He'll hit leadoff and has in all 4 of his years in Lafayette. Batting second, Ryan Gill. He can play virtually any position on the field, including on the mound at second base again tonight. Batting third, Nathan Nelson, the third baseman, leading the team with a .382 average. Cleanup hitter, Danny Mazziotti, the catcher. Batting fifth, left fielder Will Hawkins. Sixth, the right fielder Tommy Clark. Batting seventh, Jarvis Larry, the DH, 3 for 3 in the opener. Batting eighth at first base, Jess Poche. And batting ninth, the shortstop Rick Heidel. On the mound for the Spartans, junior Joey Baker from Monterey, California. He has not gotten the run support of some of the other players on the staff. His 8-7 record really deceptive, Harold.
Well, you're absolutely right, Mike. They have not scored a lot of runs for him. He's going to throw a fastball between 86 and 89. He'll sometimes even get it up to 93, but he'll pitch 86, 89. Got a real hard slider. That's actually what they call a slurve. It's in between a curve and a slider. And his changeup became his go-to pitch down the stretch. But the key to him, Mike, is the first inning. He's got to get out of the first inning. Very similar to Tom Glavine of the Atlanta Braves. If he gets out of the first inning, he's going to be all right. But if not, it could be a long evening.
We are pleased, as always, to have Dave Ryan as the third member of our broadcast crew. Let's check in with him right now. David?
Well, Mike, just minutes ago in the locker room here at San Jose State, just by their dugout, Sam Ferraro, the head coach, thought it was necessary really for the first time all year to challenge his team. As he said, it's time to step out and time to step up. Now, this wasn't a fire and brimstone type speech. He wasn't breaking bats. He wasn't throwing gloves or balls around. He wasn't even screaming. It was very direct. It was very even-tempered. But he told the guys it's time to prove ourselves. We didn't play well in our first game Friday against Clemson. Now we've got to step it up. It's how we got here through the regional, through the super regional, and all the way to the College World Series. Now, guys, they've faced elimination already 3 times this year. They don't feel a lot of pressure. And asked a couple of players, do you respond well to that speech? They said, we all know exactly what it means. Now it's time for us to prove it.
Dave, you're absolutely right, and this is probably the most pressure-packed situation any of these kids have ever faced, although Louisiana Lafayette, for heaven's sakes, went to South Carolina to face the #1 team in the country and had to win 2 in a row, but they're right back in the pressure cooker now.
Well, they really are, and like you said, they have that experience that they can take from that South Carolina series, and a lot of them have brought that with them. But San Jose State, on the other hand, really embarrassed with their performance. They felt like they did not play themselves like they possibly could.
Stephen Feehan out of Metairie, Louisiana. And he smokes the first pitch down the left field line. Douglas hustling over, and it's foul. Feehan jumped on the first pitch and ripped it.
Well, he sure did, Mike. Going up there being aggressive. In an elimination game, that's what you have to do. Put the pressure on the other team. You saw San Jose State lead off with the base hit. And right here, coming right back at him, he gets a fastball in the inside half and turns on it. Just wasn't able to keep it fair. You see it go foul, umpire right there. Long strike.
When hitters guess right, it's a good thing. You assume the pitcher's trying to get that first one over to get the nerves gone. So you guess fastball, maybe guess a location and jump on it. Baker misses with this one, 1-1.
Feehan, considered one of their more disciplined kids. He's been a leader on a team. Walked on, this is 4 years ago, as an all-star out of a high school game. So they look to him for their leadership, and the coach is going to give a guy like that a green light to go up there for the first pitch and go hacking.
The only player in school history to play in 4 NCAA regionals. And because of that experience and his ability on the bases when he gets on, he's got the green light to run. Tony Robichaux, 13 years, has reached the big show, 461 victories to his credit. Took something off and struck him out. Harold, take a look at that defense for us.
Well, San Jose State has got to play solid D, and it all starts with the man in the middle, the shortstop, Gary Patchett. Great hands, super instincts, hasn't hit a whole lot, but he's hit more than they thought he might. But I tell you, he's an exciting shortstop.
Gill, first pitch hitting into center field, and the diving try and the catch by Brucker.
And they're not waiting around tonight, Mike.
No, sir.
Now, the first game today, the Stanford game, had the wind blowing everywhere, and it knocked a lot of balls down. You see the jump by the center field. The ball gets knocked down, and he stays with it to come up with the play. See the concentration right there, Mike. Ryan Brucker staying with that ball, and he's fighting the sun at that. Difficult play.
The book on him, great range and a great jump. Another first pitch swing. Nathan Nelson throws it across the bag, and that's going to be a foul ball. That's the home plate umpire's call, and David Wiley made it until it gets across the bag.
Good read on his part.
Nelson stands in at 382 on the season, 1 for 4 in the College World Series. Chapel Hill, Texas is his hometown, and he is a senior. Chops this one outside the first base line. So he's in an 0-2 hole early against Joey Baker.
Well, Joey Baker, if any indication that first inning jitters is getting to him, it's not. He's been throwing strikes, and that's what you want to do. Force them to hit the ball and force the action.
Baker would also like some run support tonight. Hasn't had much this year. And that's foul tipped at the feet of the catcher, Adam Shorsher.
Well, you're right, Mike. In his 17 starts games prior to tonight, scored a total of 64 runs. That's 3.76 runs per game. The opponents have scored 80 runs, so you're not going to win with that kind of a ratio. But that's not a whole lot of run support.
No, only getting 3.76 is not good. And when the other members of the staff have pitched, it's been almost 6.5 to shallow center. Brucker playing him in and comes on to make the catch. He threw 9 pitches in the inning, 8 of them 4 strikes. At the end of 1, we're scoreless. San Jose State, Louisiana, Lafayette.
Look here, I got a little something to show you. There's something you got to see.
Ah, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Give us a call and find out how low your auto insurance rates can
For
be.
your auto insurance needs, call
Perfect.
U.S. Agency.
Ford wrote the book on sport utilities. Brand new 2000 model 4-door Explorer XLS, just $22,450. And look at our rates on financing, not 11% or 6%, 4 or 3%, but a low 0.9%. Check out the extras. Automatic transmission, air conditioning, captain's chairs, power windows and locks, luggage rack, and much more. The 2000 Explorer 4-door XLS on sale at Hub City Ford, just $22,450. Hub City Ford, Lafayette.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball. Rogers Hornsby was my manager, and he called me a talking pile of pig slop. And that was when my parents drove all the way from Michigan to see me play the game. Did I cry?
No.
And you know why?
No.
Because there's no crying in baseball.
Baseball Tonight, every night at 10 and midnight on ESPN.
0-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. Elimination Sunday night for San Jose State and Louisiana Lafayette. And San Jose State, here's a little background on this school. They're out of the WAC conference in one of the prettiest cities anywhere that I've ever been. San Jose, California. Just love it out there. 27,000 the enrollment. Gold, white, and blue, the colors. They lost the opener here in the College World Series to Clemson, 10-6. But Sam Ferraro has them fired up for this one. And Junior Ruiz stands in to start the second, the leading hitter on the ball club, 358. He's out of Union City, California. Played his high school ball at James Logan High School. He's a sophomore. Struggled in the postseason. He's been going after, they say, too many first pitches. You want him to take a couple.
You're absolutely right, Mike. And if he settles down and gets his pitch, he's the guy that's got to make this team go.
An aggressive hitter all year, line drive kind of hitter. and has some speed. Been in a slump, still hitting .358. Fastball missed outside from Doman. Ruiz was the player of the year in the WAC this season, and the co-freshman of the year a year ago as a second baseman. Makes that one 3-1. He's been DHing about the last month because of injuries. Hasn't played in the field. Tap to the second baseman. And Gill throws him out easily, one gone.
Well, you saw a lot of patience from Luis, and that's what he's got to do. He took the first pitch, faked the bunt. He did some things, got a 3-1 pitch. He just got jammed. But he's got to swing the bat in order for them to get going. And really, in coach's mind, that's a good at-bat for him. Work the count and get it going.
Tony Tognetti, the senior from Gilroy, California, stands in, and his claim to fame, he is the team barber. Fouls this one back out of play. They can trust him because he's got a 3.8 grade point average. I don't know if that has a lot to do with being a barber, but at least he's bright.
Yeah, at least if he messes up your hair, you know it was by a smart guy.
Maybe he could do that free bleach job for you, Harold. I mean, you're next in line.
I know he'd have enough. He could probably redo it back if needed to be.
Yeah, I think if it came out yellow, you'd want it done back, wouldn't you?
I think I'd have to pass on that one. Yeah, they can have the yellow hair.
Tognetti 1 for 4 in his first College World Series game. Now, did you ever do that as a team thing?
No, not at all. Got out just in time before they started doing that.
Well, here's a better question. If all of your other teammates had done it, would you have done it?
Oh, sure I would have.
Okay. 1 and 2 to Tognetti. Little check swing. Hit the Heidel down at short, and he'll throw him out. 2 ground ball outs in the inning.
Well, Mike, we're seeing a much crisper game. You can tell both teams are a lot more relaxed. They're making the routine play. The pitchers are throwing strikes, and the game's moving swift. So
both of them are playing exactly the way they played to get here.
Absolutely.
And over those first game nerves. John Fagan will come up with 2 men out and nobody on, a junior from San Bernardino, California. He has the best power on the ball club. They don't have big power numbers, but Fagan has 12 home runs this year and 45 driven in, and he's hitting .295. Had a big first game, 2 for 4, a couple of RBIs, and lays off a breaking ball outside. 2-0.
He's got a nice approach to hitting. He's very disciplined. You'll see him let loose on 2-0. He picks out the right pitch in the right counts. Let it fly right there.
Yes, he did. Had a good cut, but fouled it back off the right side. He had a home run against Houston that sent this club to the College World Series. It was the game winner in the Super Regional. Two and one, Scott Doman to John Fagan. Fastball fouled back. Wow. Got out there in a hurry.
Boy, he was a little late on that one. I think guys guess a lot more in the college game than I ever remembered before. You know, most hitters hit off a fastball and adjust. And I think today, I've seen more kids in today's college game guessing. There's no doubt he was looking for an off-speed pitch right there on that pitch that was by him.
2 and 2, 2 out here in the second. Fastball chopped down the first. Everything has been on the ground for 2 innings. Poche will take it himself. And Doma's retired the side in order again.
Hi, I'm Tammy. What do you look like?
take it.
Me too.
AOL membership gives you more benefits, and it's never been easier.
It's very easy to use. Anyone can use it.
AOL parental controls help safeguard your kids.
Customer service at AOL is fabulous.
Email, buddy lists.
AOL has got it all.
America Online. Sign up today.
Presenting the ultimate tire for your 4x4, the Michelin LTX. Michelin technology gives it a smooth, quiet ride. Yet it's tough enough, Michelin enough to get you through anything.
Professor Sherman Klump has a new formula.
You've just discovered the
fountain of youth.
Well, maybe I need to take some of that.
It don't kill ugly.
That has everyone feeling younger.
Jesus, is that show? Hercules.
Living larger.
Dang.
And going nuttier.
Look at that.
Eddie Murphy is the Klumps. This film is not yet rated. Starts Friday, July 28th in theaters everywhere.
0-0, second inning. That's the view we have from the press box here at beautiful Rosenblatt Stadium, a magnificent facility up here for the press and the finest press box that I have ever been in outside of a couple of NFL stadiums. And that is Jim Wright, the NCAA Director of Statistics, who keeps us up on everything. Also the media coordinator for the NCAA in College World Series action. It's nice to see the familiar faces year after year when we come out here, people you get used to working with, and you can trust the information that they're passing along to you. And, of course, Rosenblatt has been the home of this event for the last 51 years and hopefully for the next 51. Danny Mazziotti stands in. He's a senior from Houston. Trying to get something started for the Ragin' Cajuns as they face Joey Baker here in the second.
Mazziotti, one of the 10 finalists for the Johnny Bench Award, a 6th-round draft pick this year.
We've already seen what a good receiver he is. Mazziotti comes in hitting .283, 1 for 4 in his first College World Series game.
Calls his own game, Mike. That might be the most impressive statistic of it all. The fact that he calls his game. In college baseball, most of the signs, the pickoffs, the pitch, everything comes from the dugout, from the head coach or the pitching coach. And this young man, he runs the whole game for their team.
Part of the club philosophy, also the philosophy of head coach Tony Robichaux. He wants these kids to learn because he knows a lot of them are going to have a future. And the more you know going into the minor leagues as a prospect, the quicker you have a chance to advance. College is supposed to be about learning, isn't it?
Absolutely right.
I didn't follow that dictum myself. Two and two to Mazziotti.
And what's interesting is he has the ability to switch hit. He does not switch hit now, but in pro ball, he's planning on being a switch hitter. That's tell you what kind of athlete he is right there.
Is it never too late to learn that skill?
No, I don't think so. I think you have to be able to.
Well, he got a hold of this one, drives it deep to left, but it's going to hang up at the warning track. Douglas can't get it. Douglas made the leap look like he had a bead on it, and it just got out of here. Wow. Mazziotti's 15th home run was a foot longer than it needed to be.
Well, great effort by Douglas out there, but Mike, you're right. He catches a slider here, a hanging breaking ball, and hammers it. Now, we talked about how tricky the wind is. The wind just held everything up. Watch Douglas go back to the wall. He'll do everything you're supposed to do. He gets all the way back, and the ball continues to take off. He didn't think it was going to go that far. He's there, and he just missed time to jump.
Barely got past it. So Mazziotti hits his 15th.
Here's a real good look right here. Watch, great camera work. The fans are getting out of the way. They're letting him play. It just got by him.
Went right past his glove. Yeah. Will Hawkins stands in.
Great effort out there. Mike, you talked about it the other day. At least he got to the wall.
Yes, he did, and had a chance to leap. I think some guys intentionally make it tougher looking than it really is. But he didn't. He played it properly, just couldn't come up with it. 1-2 to Will Hawkins, and he rips one. Fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Douglas will have to dig it out. Got a good arm, but doesn't have any shot. And Will Hawkins runs a stand-up double.
Well, Mike, the book on Will Hawkins is he will turn around a fastball. And I mean, he caught a fastball right there and just spun on it. We were laughing about his philosophy the other day. It's swing as hard as you can in case you hit it. But really strike out 3 times and hit a double. Well, he's got his double. Right here's a fastball. Great extension. See the quick hands. He clears his body with his hands and double down in the corner. So they got a runner on second with no outs, and they're threatening.
Pretty good to turn on a pitch that far inside and rip it. Tommy Clark with a chance to pick up a run, the senior out of Round Rock, Texas. He was at Texas A&M a year ago and transferred back after they tried to recruit him before. And here he is in the College World Series as a result of that move. Baseball a little different than college football and basketball. You can get a release and transfer directly. You don't have to sit out a year. And you see more and more of that when guys think either they made a mistake or they're playing behind someone else and want more playing time. Fastball popped foul back in the right field stand.
And it's an interesting rule because as a 17 or 18-year-old trying to make a decision on where you want to be for your next 4 years for college, sometimes you make the wrong decision.
Sure.
Now, interesting signs coming here from the catcher. Watch the sequence he goes through. And usually when you use those signs right there, that means your pitcher's vision is not real good. When there's a runner on second base, he's using the touches to tell you what pitch is coming. Like inside may be 1, the right side might be 2 for a breaking pitch. And right there, he's just telling him in, out, and around, and that's what they're doing. In the college game, they tip a lot of pitches.
Breaking pitch hit on the ground toward the second baseman, Brian Stream. They'll throw him out, and the runner advances to third.
Well, nice piece of hitting by Clark to get the man over. Got a slider and stayed with it, didn't pull off it. And they're going to try to cut off the run now. They're moving their infield all the way in, and this is an indication of the fact that San Jose State is a manufactured team. They're not going to long ball you to death, so they know they got to cut off as many runs as they can.
Jarvis Larry, who had such a big game in his first College World Series game, went 3 for 3. The junior out of Bossier City, Louisiana, takes a called strike. Oh and 1, runner at third. Fastball misses outside. In the dirt. Nice block by Shorsher. You got to watch out for that young man if you're a base runner, because he is willing to throw it anywhere at any time. Particularly likes to throw it to third base. So should Hawkins wander off a little bit, he'd better be aware of Shorsher's arm. It's very good. The 2-1 hit to center field and caught. Brucker will make the catch, but his throw home not nearly in time. It's 2-0. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jarvis Larry, who has driven in 2 in the College World Series.
Well, it's a tremendous pitch sequence. We got a runner on third base. Now Jarvis has been very hot, but let's look at his patience. First pitch is a fastball right there, getting a good look at it. Then they go outside with the change, another slider. Now 2-1. He gets a little breaking pitch and drives to the center. Nice play by the center fielder and throw, but he did a nice job of hitting, staying right up the middle to pick up the run.
Rucker has already shown why he is reputed to be an outstanding center fielder. And Jess Poche, the sophomore from Hester, Louisiana, stands in. Poche 0 for 4 in his first College World Series game, looking for his first hit in Omaha. Every team seems to have one. This is the team character who keeps everybody loose.
Gotta have those guys that take it nice and easy.
He can keep everybody loose right now if he can get a hold of them.
Well, Louisiana Lafayette just looks more aggressive tonight, Mike, than they did the other day.
Oh, absolutely.
They're coming out, airing it out, having fun.
Poche with some power, tied for second on the club with 9 home runs. Fanned at one outside. He struck him out, but the damage is done. 2 runs are across, including one on Mazziotti's home run. We've completed 2-0 Louisiana Lafayette.
When that honey barbecue sauce hits 3 strips of crispy chicken and all that melted cheese hits that sauce, every bite tastes better than the bite before. Oh, baby.
KFC's new honey barbecue crunch melt for a limited time only.
It's that good.
Hey, did you get them brakes at Pep Boys?
Yeah, I did.
I appreciate it.
Pep Boys for quality parts and brake service from $69.99. No rebate necessary.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
College costs money. That's why I'm getting a basketball scholarship. It's gonna be hard work, but I'll get there. People say I'm too short. Too short like a fox. Oh, I have game.
You may never get an athletic scholarship, but call now to find out how last year 7 out of 10 full-time students received other kinds of aid, more than $60 billion in all.
I carry these guys a little bit. You can't stop me. You can only hope to contain me.
Dave Ryan back at the concourse outside Rosenblatt Stadium. It is time for a taste test. So we have picked randomly 5 different baseball fans here at the College World Series. We'll start with you. You've got a brat. Take a bite. Give us a rating. This is Wendy, by the way. What do you think? Gives it an 8. Not bad. Let's move on.
Eric from Omaha. Kind of falling apart here.
He's got a euro, folks. Hold up that rating for us. Not bad. All right, here's little Alec, who's 5 years old. Give your pizza a bite there, pal. And he says a perfect 10. Pretty good. Good job. We'll finish the rest of the test when we get back some baseball. Mike, Carroll, go ahead.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. And you know what's going to happen to that food when they leave the taste test? Dave's going to eat it.
You got that right. He'll be throwing those cards up. It'll be tough to top last night's.
Oh, wouldn't it? Rob Douglas stands in against Scott Doman. Douglas is senior from hitting .220, but .273 in postseason. Been a disappointing year for this young man. You see the glasses that he is wearing. Had to make multiple trips to the eye doctor to correct the problem. They finally let him play in the Houston series in the Super Regional, and he did very well. Had to be terribly frustrating for him. The only 4-year player on the ball club. Fastball, fair ball inside the bag. Down into the corner. Clark will have to retrieve it. And a stand-up double for Rob Douglas, the first hit of the ball game.
You know, Mike, a lot of times when someone's struggling at the plate with seeing, it's because you don't get your head turned and use both eyes on the ball. Sometimes you will use one eye. Look at how he's got his head turned to the pitcher now. He's using both eyes on the ball, and this allows him to see it better and see the follow through and extension. A great swing, but he got the right head position. Look at how his head's already turned to the pitcher. Now he can track that baseball with two eyes instead of one, and that's one of the reasons he's been hot as of late. He's been able to square his head up a little bit more than looking out of one eye.
Saw that one pretty well. Adam Schorcher, the sophomore catcher from San Jose, a homegrown product, is in. And the tying run for the Spartans is at the plate. Schorcher with a couple of home runs this year and hitting .232 on the season.
Well, Mike, this is a situation here where they have to get the man over. You don't panic and come out of your game plan. You continue to manufacture. That's the type of game they play. They have to get the man over and maybe pick up a run in this inning.
Schorcher is the #8 hitter. Of course, here's where the battle of strategy comes in. He wants something outside he can hit to the right side. And Doman wants to give him inside stuff, so he can't.
And so this is where you go to the bunt. You drop a bunt, you got the third baseman back, they're pushing you inside, you go ahead and drop the bunt. There's multiple ways to get the man over.
2-1, 3-1 now to Schorcher as the breaking ball hangs high. Schorcher looking into the dugout for a sign down to the third base coach, Dean Madsen. 3-1, no sign of a bunt and a slider for a strike.
Late break on that ball, very sharp. That's what they talked about before, and got a chance to see it right there. Surprising, Mike, with the 3-1 slider right there.
Full count now to Schorcher. Fastball, he chops it to the right side, got the job done, and it kicks off of Poche. The runner coming to the plate. Here's the throw from Gill, and they'll score. Well, Schorcher did his job.
Yes, he did, Mike. He got a fastball actually thrown by him. And Poche, this is just a tough ground ball. Watch him try to, he squares his body up. The ball, sometimes if you got squared up and it still kicks the wrong way. You see him waving the runner all the way, staying aggressive, pick up a run if you can. But see how he squared his body? He even turned it so that if a ball went the other way, it would go towards first base. It just kicked off the upper part of his shoulder. Not a whole lot you can do there with that ball, Jess.
Now he'll be charged with the error. There is no RBI for Schorcher, and Gary Patchett now squares to bunt and takes it. Patchett, a senior, a very good bunter out of Carson, California. And it looks like they're going to try to get Schorcher over to second and bring the top of the order back into play.
Well, you see the third baseman charging hard. Nathan Nelson getting right in there. Now on this play, you square around early. Let me go to my bat rack for a second while they're in a little conversation. But here's what they're thinking about. They square around real early. All right, you got the third baseman there. And so you want to square around early and then be able to bring the bat back in time enough to hit it.
No sign of a bunt there, and it's 3-0.
Okay, here's what he's doing, Mike. You want to square around. Okay, you're showing the bunt. You give the illusion that you're going to bunt. Right. And as the hitter, you are looking at the third baseman and the pitcher. As he starts to come in, you start to just go ahead and bring back, and you're going to hit.
Right. And the third baseman gets a big lump in his throat.
Yeah, and you're trying to pull this ball down third base. You get right on top of the plate as close as you can and make them have to throw a ball inside and then yank it down third baseline.
Nelson cheats in a little bit on 3-1, and it's a base on balls. So after being perfect in the first couple of innings, Doman has given up a double and a walk sandwiched around an error.
Now it gets interesting. You can see both teams playing the strategy game. It's very. Now here's something that's interesting in the college game. Both the hitter and the first base runner come over to talk to the head coach. You don't see this very often. What they're probably discussing is where he's going to try to place this bunt. I don't know why the runner on first base is over there. Do you have any idea what he might be trying
I do not.
to do over there?
I think a lot of it is like meetings. The more people you can get in a meeting that don't matter, the better.
Maybe the rule is you can't bring a guy in from second, so he runs down. The guy that was the second came over to first base. Maybe he told him what they were thinking. Now he goes back. So that's how you get around the rules, a real relay.
They could use flashcards.
That too. San Jose State is known as a track school, you know, so they run the relay right there and pass the message.
Nobody out here in the third as we go back to the top of the order to Brucker, who singled. To start the ball game. And Brucker couldn't get the bunt down on one.
Well, he's one of their better bunters. You see 37 sacrifices. He may have been taking that first pitch to see what they were going to do defensively, and now you have the confidence in him that he will bunt.
Nelson in at third, Poche in at first. Holds the school record in sacrifices. Was going to hit away that time and takes a called strike.
Well, we discussed this on the way in the other day. You either bunt or you swing away, and it's happened here. You know, sometimes you get in a situation you start thinking too much.
There is a tendency in all sports to outsmart yourself every once in a while. Here's the 0-2. Slider was high. Just. Seventeen of those 37 sacrifices came this year for Brucker. Fouls this one back on the screen.
He handles the bat really well.
The tying run is down at second. The lead run at first for the Spartans. Chops this one wide of third.
The one thing that happens, Mike, when you don't bunt like they were going to or show the bunt, you all of a sudden allow the defense to back up. Now they're comfortably sitting in double play depth as to opposed before you had them all out of position. You had the shortstop breaking, you had the third baseman away in. Now you see they're all sitting back in a double play situation, and you take away the angle or opportunity for somebody to slap a ball through.
Another 1-2 on the way. Struck him out. First down of the inning. And the first strikeout for Scott Doman.
And that was a big one. Hard slider. He threw about 3 or 4 sliders in this sequence. And look at this hard spin off the plate. You got Brucker to chase. Look at the catcher. He's set up outside. Look at Mazziotti. It's not even going to be a strike, but when you got 2 strikes, you got to expand the strike zone. They took advantage of that.
Brian Stream bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up. Stream only at 5'3", but again, he's only drawn 28 walks all year. Fouls this one out of play.
Well, he's a free swinger. In this situation, you don't mind him going up there and getting a fastball and hacking at it. But other situations that he's been in, he could take more pitches, a 2-0 pitch, a 3-1 pitch, and try to work the count a little bit more. Right here, I want him to be aggressive and try to drive a run in for him.
Doesn't have a home run this year, but in college, he hit him from both sides of the plate as a switch hitter. Takes a fastball up and in.
He's a tough target to throw to. He stands right on top of the plate. Like you said, he stands 5'3". So he's got a great advantage to force the pitcher to have to throw him a strike.
Right in there on another slider, 1 and 2. a nice pitch from Doman.
Boy, he's got a real nice slider. He throws it a lot.
1 out, runners at first and second. San Jose State down by 1. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning. Made Doman really work.
Whew. Look at Mazziotti back there blocking the ball. Well, Mike, they said he's a bulldog and he won't give in, and he hasn't given in to throw the fastball to a fastball hitter. He has come back. We saw the last hitter, Brucker, he threw him sliders, and right here he's throwing stream sliders. He's coming with his best pitch and not backing down.
Stream is such a tough player. As you see Doman looking for the seam. Puts that one foul. As a freshman, Stream had a serious eye injury and has a metal plate all the way around his right eye as the orbital bone was crushed. And they really just had to go from side to side to do the surgery and put the metal plate in there. Tough to come back for a lot of people after something like that.
Is that right?
Strike 3 call. Back-to-back punch-outs for Scott Doman.
Well, that's Doman executing, and it's Mazziotti making a great call. They pounded him inside with everything that's at bat, and then they go back outside. After you got him looking in, they bust him with the fastball on the outside half. That's just a great piece of pitching, Mike, and nice job of calling the game by Mazziotti. And there you can see as you were talking about, Mike, with the operation, the scar that it left.
Say, they did that to me, I'd think about taking up chess. Mackey now with 2 on, but 2 out. Second leading hitter on the ball club. Has a 12-game hit streak. Skies this one on the infield. Poche got it. So they get out of a jam. The run is unearned on the error, but it counts, and it's 2-1. Go to the bottom of the 3rd.
At Collins, we have over 30 big screens on display from top-name brands like Mitsubishi, RCA, Sony, Hitachi, and Philips Magnavox.
Now you can get guaranteed low prices and a free recliner with any big screen purchase of $15.99 or more. Get a free recliner with this 60-inch Mitsubishi with stereo sound, just $19.99. Plus, make no down payment, make no payments, and pay no interest for 12 months on all Mitsubishi big screens. Go see the pros of Cons.
Lafayette-based Omega Service Industries is known throughout the world for providing top-notch services to the oil and gas production and drilling, chemical processing, utilities, and manufacturing industries. While workers at its Port of Iberia facility are constructing one of the largest platforms ever built by a local company, employees in all of Omega's other divisions are seeking new markets to fulfill the company's aggressive diversification plan. Omega Service Industries, your one-stop solutions provider.
As an anchor, you always want that complete show.
And coming up, a Did You Know about sports.
So, Ken, how you feeling?
I'm fine. Never better. I'm great. I can go. Just let me finish like that.
You'll get him next show.
Sometimes you don't have your best stuff, so you got to bring in a closer. We usually handle it like professionals.
Thanks a lot.
It's all part of the game.
You're on in 3, 2.
Welcome back to Sports Center. The subject.
Louisiana Lafayette 2-1 over San Jose State as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. We talked about second baseman Brian Stream and the surgery he had to have. For more on that, let's check in with Dave Ryan. Dave?
Well, Mike, thanks. It was a pretty horrific story. A couple years ago in fall ball practice, he was in a batting cage, a very narrow area, and he was playing catcher, and I played some catcher in high school. One of his teammates was doing a blind pitching drill where you just kind of throw at somebody hoping to hit a target. Well, it ricocheted off a post and went right off of his right eye. As it turned out, a couple of bones right around that orbital bone area were cracked. He had to go right to emergency surgery. Now, guys, this is pretty gruesome, but from ear to ear, they had to slit his scalp, and we saw that horrific scar as well. They did repair the eye, though, and the best part of the story is a couple days later, he went into his coach's office and said, guys, I'm ready to practice again. He did. He was on the practice field within a month after that terrible accident.
Well, my hat's off to him, Dave. That takes Takes a lot of guts to go through that and hop on back and say, let's go. I want to do it again. Got to love players like that. You can't get enough of those guys. Heidel, the shortstop, a junior from Gonzales, Louisiana, 11th round draft choice last week of Arizona. Very good shortstop. Fouls this one back out of play. 283 on the season. Had a home run in the opening game of the College World Series, only his 7th of the season, and a couple of runs batted in, so he's already off to an excellent start with a bat in his hands.
He's another one of those kids that developed himself into an 11th round draft pick.
In the dirt. Came
to school on the preferred walk-on program, and coach said, hey, I don't have a spot for you. He stayed, he worked, and next thing you know, he's a drafted ball player, and he's putting up some pretty good numbers.
One of their hardest workers, an engineering major. Line drive, base hit just over the glove of the leaping Gary Patchett. So Heidel having himself a fine College World Series so far. And he starts it off in the bottom of the 3rd here for his club.
Well, nice piece of hitting. He got a fastball out over. And this is after a fastball was thrown by him. So he was able to speed up his bat and catch up to it and drives the ball into the gap.
Two for 5 now in the College World Series. A home run and a single. And back to the top of the order for Fagan, who was a strikeout victim his first trip.
Boy, Joey Baker got a nice fluid motion to the plate, doesn't he? Nice and easy fastball. We have seen some good pitching here in the College World Series.
Baker working his 120th inning this season. He has been a workhorse for this club. Has 7 complete games. Faked the bunt, took a strike.
Well, that was a tough pitch to bunt. It's a good thing he took it because the fastball bearing in back on his hands, and there was nothing to do but pop that pitch up, because a lot of times you don't get the bat head out on that one.
And Fagan, as you see, has fanned 4 of his 5 times so far. Throw over. Heidel has stolen 9 bases this season in 14 tries. The man behind the plate, Shorsher. You don't really want to run on this guy. 53 of 82 he has thrown out. And that's a foul ball. And are they going to call him out? It looked like it may have hit him in fair territory.
And that's what head coach is going to come out and argue. But I thought he was still in the box because he sat back to push that ball towards first base, Mike. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't have a great view from here, but I'm sure we'll have some great replays on it.
If you're still in the box, it's just a foul ball. But if you reach fair territory and the ball hits you, you're out.
Absolutely right. You know, the only thing you ever ask the home plate umpire right there is to get help. If you feel like you didn't see it, go ahead and get help. A check swing or a bunt play like that, they're tracking the baseball, so it's hard to see the batter and the ball. He's still in the box.
Still in the box.
See his back foot. That's what I was saying. He waited and set himself to push this ball, and by waiting, that's what allowed him to still be in the box when that ball hit him.
His body was obviously leaning into fair territory, but if you're in the box, you're in the box. And it goes as a foul ball. He's 0-2. Of course, that's almost essential for a head coach or a manager to come out and at least question that.
Absolutely, especially in the elimination game. You got to go out there and
you want everything you can. 0-2 to Fagan. Outside step, throw down to first. Got it! We told you Shorsher would throw anywhere at any time, and he threw a strike to first.
Well, Mike, I know you're a big football fan, so I'll use this. Gale Sayers used to say, give me 18 inches of daylight. This young man says, just give me one open seam and I got you. You see the runner Heidel stepping off, taking his shuffle steps. You see he got too far off, and boom, he got him. Now that sends two messages as they get the check swinging the out on the pitch. So Fagan goes down swinging, but Mike, by him throwing the ball like he does, it sends two messages to base runners. I can't get that far off and be aggressive getting a lead. And so it takes away your steal into second base because you got to stay closer to the base when the ball goes past the plate.
Sure, a strong, accurate arm. That was a pretty play, and quickly 2 out for the Raging Cajuns. Plays like that will keep your club in the ball game, and especially in a 2-1 game like this. Gill, line to center, his first time up. When Baker's had, when he has missed with that slider, he has missed high and very high.
And it's a good thing it's out of the zone, because if he misses with it as a strike, it might get hammered.
Fastball skied off the right side. Brandon Mackey comes on to make the catch. And thanks to a great throw by Adam Shorsher, a single is wasted for Louisiana Lafayette. And no runs. It's still a 2-1 ball game.
If the idea of bifocal vision correction seems too much for a mere contact lens, it is. This is something more scientific. AccuView bifocal contact lenses is designed with 5 vision zones to help you see clearly at varying distances, so you can focus both near and far. Sharp as ever. Ask your eye care professional about AccuView bifocal. AccuView, advancing the science of sight.
Picture this, a life without worry, where problems are quickly solved. Picture a future that's financially secure for you and the ones you love. Picture Nationwide, with auto, home, and life insurance products to protect what you hold dear, and retirement planning to help you prepare for your future. If you can picture it, Nationwide can too. Nationwide, insurance, financial services on your side.
An equal housing opportunity insurer.
Rich, we're going public with the news. Let me know how soon you can get everyone together. Email me. Andy, David, can you deliver 4 cases of champagne? Hold on. By 3? Great.
Introducing Nextel Online, the new wireless internet services from Nextel.
2-1 Louisiana Lafayette over San Jose State as we go to the top of the 4th in our first elimination game here in the College World Series. Mike Patrick, Harold Reynolds, Dave Ryan, and I would guess better than 19,000 people here right now in Rosenblatt Stadium. We are again ahead of last year's record-setting pace. Watch a little baseball and eat everything in sight, huh?
Stanford people basking in the glory of a win.
Absolutely.
Justin Wayne outstanding today in their victory.
Boy, he was impressive, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Junior Ruiz stands in to face Doman and takes a fastball in there for a called strike. Ruiz, as we said, has struggled a little bit in postseason. And skies this one to shallow left. Heidelback, Hawkins is on, 1 out.
Well, great communication right there. Anytime there's a ball in between the infielders like that, we've seen this a couple times, but as an infielder, you go back, you don't say anything. Until you get under the ball and have it under control, you just wave your arms. The outfielder's job is to talk. You're to be quiet. You throw your arms up and let him know. He never did, so therefore the outfielder kept coming.
Another pop-up. Gill is back. He's got the better angle and takes it in fair territory.
Now, did you see Gill right there start to wave his arm? That's to let the outfielder know, hey, I got it under control. I'm under the ball. There's no, because if you say I got it, that may sound like, or you say you take it or anything like that, you can't talk. You got to be dead silent and just go back, see him waving. They're both talking. The right fielder's talking, but if you're talking also, you can't hear him. He can see you, and that's the communication there.
A little looked like Gill at the last minute was saying mine, mine.
When he gets it and he's telling you go ahead, then you can say that.
Tony Tognetti with the pop-up. This is Fagan. He rolled out to first in the first inning. Strike called. 1-1. Doman had a little trouble in the third, but that's about it. An unearned run after he gave up a double and a walk. 1-2 to John Fagan. The junior transfer was named the Rookie of the Year on the club this year in his first season. Checks his swing on a high fastball. The appeal, no.
Well, Mazziotti brings so much enthusiasm behind the plate. But it's interesting as they adjust with every pitch, their defense. Right here, we get a good look at the check swing. Now, you got to start your bat, but he went a little ways, but he still checked it. Good call. But look at Mazziotti trying to dig the ump. He's making that call come through.
Rolled toward the hole, picked up by Nelson. The quick throw over. 1, 2, 3. San Jose State goes quietly, and they continue to trail Louisiana Lafayette by 1.
All righty. Before we go on, I want to review last week's service. So let's go to tape. Nice, tight formation. Oh, sloppy pass, Michael. Very nice. Oops, it's all in the wrists. You break away too early. And pick up the pace of the left flank and into the end zone.
All right, suckers, ears up, minds open. Mrs. Jones is transmitting. Why are our sisters making less when they're busting their butts to the max? I'm speaking of pro women athletes. Are they playing any less hard than the fellas? Is their blood any less red? Whether it's tennis, track, or hoops, their sacrifice is the same. Yet women receive less. They deserve more. The more, the better. Free your mind and your game will follow. Can you dig it?
Uniroyal tires with nail guard seal most tread punctures instantly, permanently, and repeatedly. Nail guard tires, only from Uniroyal.
AOL membership gives you more benefits, and it's never been easier.
It's very easy to use. Anyone can use it.
AOL parental controls help safeguard your kids.
Customer service at AOL is fabulous.
Email, buddy lists. AOL has got it all.
America Online. Sign up today.
Good ball game here. Louisiana Lafayette over San Jose State 2-1. And if you had not heard the name of the school, there's a good reason. They're out of the Sun Belt Conference from Lafayette, Louisiana. 17,000, their official enrollment. But until September 10th, you always heard the name Southwest Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns had a tremendous basketball team back in the early 70s. But this is the baseball program that has gotten them here under Tony Robichaux for the first time ever to the College World Series. And they made news in the regional when they beat #1 South Carolina twice. High and deep to left, but hooking, foul. Nathan Nelson got out ahead of one, and the senior from Chapel Hill, Texas, who has 6 home runs this year, nearly had his 7th.
Well, second time around, he knew what he was looking for. He got a slider first pitch and tried to drive it out of the ballpark. Wasn't able to keep it fair.
And Joey Baker will make a mental note of that one. Fastball right down the pipe.
He said you're sitting off speed. Okay, here comes a fastball.
Little attention getter for ball 1.
Yeah, he's busted you in 0-2. That's the old style of pitching. 0-2, here comes the ball right at you. Get out of the way, and I'm coming back with the slider right here. 1-2 to get you.
See if it's outside corner at the knees. Close enough. Struck him out.
There it is.
Danny Mazziotti, his first time up, he gave the club a lead in the second inning. Hit his 7th home run of the season for the Raging Cajuns. Hanging slider. Douglas looked for all the world like he had a shot at this and may have just mistimed his leap and missed it, and Mazziotti with the home run. Takes a fastball for strike one.
Well, last time Mazziotti was up, Mike, we were talking about him becoming a switch hitter. You know, I really didn't start switch hitting until I was about 19 years old, so it's not too late if you have the hand-eye coordination to do it. But I didn't hit balls like that off of right-handers either, right-handed. He's got how many home runs? Is that
7?
7 home runs this season.
Did you see he was picked in the amateur draft a week ago, 6th round by the Devil Rays? Excellent defensive catcher.
Well, the batteries have been very impressive. We've seen some good catchers and we've seen some good pitching. I think that and some shortstops are the strongest areas that we've seen in college baseball here in the College World Series.
Year after year, we see shortstops and catchers. Boy, we have some beauties. And when this was a bigger ballpark, the center fielders could really show off their skills too. It used to be 20 feet deeper in center field, and they really had to get on their horse sometimes. You'd see some guys who could play some center field.
Good ones have been here. Odom McDowell, Deion Sanders. Just to name a couple that I can think of.
2-2 to Mazziotti. Another slider drilled straight to center. Ryan Brucker will make the catch.
He's supposed to hit the ball to center when we're talking about the center field.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way it's supposed to work.
It's supposed to be a tougher play, though.
Yeah.
But Brucker could have made it. He's already made a couple. Tune into ESPN weeknights at 10 and midnight for baseball tonight. Now in its 11th season. Carl Ravitch and Peter Gammons for nightly highlights and in-depth analysis. Baseball tonight. Weeknights at 10 at midnight on ESPN. And if you like baseball, it's so much fun to watch that show because you get so much information. And you're going to see your team's highlights on there, period.
It's a great show. I mean, we do some great preparation, and you come up with different themes. Our meetings, that's really, they should shoot our meetings. Our meetings are unbelievable.
Do you get to wear the wig at all?
Nah, retired that.
We're talking a lot about your hair this week, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess so. But Peter is so unbelievable. The guy is like a walking dictionary. He knows so much stuff. It's all mental notes. He doesn't even take notes.
That's great.
Incredible.
Chop foul outside the third. Hawkins had a double his last time up. That was his first base hit of the College World Series. Louisiana Lafayette trying to stay alive in this tournament. Up by a run, home half of the fourth. Fastball at the knees, 2-2. The pitching has been impressive so far in this game. Doman and Baker have looked good. Struck him out. The 5th strikeout of the game for Joey Baker. End of the 4th, 2-1. Louisiana Lafayette.
Nice lunch, Ed? I have been to the Edge and back.
Okay. The Edge Pizza is back.
Friends, civil servants, lend me your ears. The Edge is toppings. And then more toppings. On top of toppings. On top of other toppings.
Peppers are
neighbors to the sausage who are neighbors to the onions. No outer crust. With no outer crust. It's a crust-free zone. Let go of your crust, my friend.
Choose the works recipe or create your own. But hurry, the Edge won't be around long.
Go to the Edge!
The Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Love at first sight. What's that based on? Have you ever looked at someone and said, check her out, she looks loyal? Or, whoa, look at the morals on that guy. No, love at first sight is based on something else. Sight.
I see you, baby. Shaking that thing.
The 2000 Mitsubishi Eclipse, nicely equipped at 17.7. You'll even love what's on the inside.
An immaculately clean pool. Water clarity that's perfect. Temperature that's just right. A water ballerina is born. Discover the wonder of water by Hayward. We make America's #1 pool water systems. Call today for select Hayward builders and retailers.
Somewhere down the road, you might say, hey, I remember when.
Remember when Brad Wilkerson threw his own birthday bash here at Rosenblatt back in '96? He hit this home run and then came on to get the save in a win against Florida State. Then in the '98 series, with the chance to beat Mississippi State in the 9th, his drive for a game-winning home run went inches foul. Now he plays Double-A ball in Central Pennsylvania for the Harrisburg Senators in the Expos organization, hitting .328, 5 home runs, 41 driven in. Doing pretty well.
Well, he's playing great. My brother Don is actually the farm director for the Montreal Expos.
Is that right?
Yeah, he talks about this guy. Got high promise for Brad there.
Well, we have seen so many guys come through here, and a couple of years later, they're in the majors, and not just in the show. They're making noise at the show. A lot of it. Rob Douglas, who had a great at bat his first time up, double to right, and is 2 for 5 in the College World Series. He's one of their hottest postseason hitters, hitting out of the 7th hole and leading off the 5th. Fastball just high. 3-0.
You're talking about how quick guys get to the big leagues after this pitch.
Fastball in there for a strike.
You remember Seth Etherton from USC?
Sure.
You know, championship team that year. I saw him pitch his first game in the big leagues. I called that a couple weeks ago in Cleveland. You know, so they get there quick. That was '98. He's there in 2 years.
Fastball smoked to right center field, and it's in for the base hit. Douglas is 2 for 2, and he's hit it on the nose twice in a row. Somebody get the name of that ophthalmologist and fit everybody.
He got that right. The specs are working. He gets a fastball. He's also been in good hitters counts, and that's what you have to do. Good follow through, nice swing. But when you get into good counts and you're seeing the ball like he is, you're going to come up with some base hits.
Back to the bottom of the order, the number 8 man is Shorsher. Now they got him picked off. Douglas caught in the rundown. Did he make it back? No, he didn't. Very close to making it back, as they didn't make the throw and went for the tag.
Well, what made this play is, I don't know if there was supposed to be a hit and run or something. The ball was thrown right at the hitter, and so Douglas got hung out. Now but watch Mazziotti. He hops up, starts to throw, and instead of committing a throw to first base, he forced the runner to dictate which direction he wanted to go in. And then Heidel coming up with the tag.
Boy, Heidel took a chance, and this one is hit hard by Shorsher to dead center field, but Fagan is there, and there's the second out.
Well, you're right, Mike. He got him running hard. He could have just went ahead and gave the ball up.
Gary Patchett, the number 9 man, now stands in. So each team has had a runner picked off, and again, in a game like this that is sailing along in the 5th, a 1-run game, those are critical plays. They're not getting that many base runners, and you have to take advantage. In on the hands, pops them up on the right side, and Gill is over there to make the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1, Louisiana Lafayette still up by a run.
At Hub City Ford, your volume discount dealer, we've waited, we've watched, and we've found the absolute best car buy of the year. We recently purchased over 100 program cars at huge volume discounts. We have the 99 Taurus or 99 Mercury Sable as low as $12,990 or 0 down and $249 a month, all with remainder of factory warranty and low, low miles. If you can't tell the difference between a program car and a new car, then why pay the difference? At Hub City Ford, you get more car for less money. But when they're gone, they're gone. So hurry to Hub City Ford in Lafayette.
Gadry's Father's Day sale, 20 to 50% off. Gadry's Father's Day sale, 20 to 50% off. Gadry's Father's Day sale, 20 to 50% off. Spring into fashion during our Father's Day sale. Gadry's in the Oil Center. We're definitely worth the look.
Ragin' Cajuns with a one-run lead over the Spartans as we go to the bottom of the fifth in the College World Series. Earlier today, Stanford and Clemson, Game 5. 14-game winner Justin Wayne got into a jam with 2 on and nobody out, but retired the next 3 batters. Joe Borchard led the offense. He went 3 for 4, 3 runs scored and 2 driven in. And Wayne picks up a school record 15th win. And when you're a pitcher and you get a record anything at Stanford, you're pretty good.
Yes, you are. We were going over that today. They have 7 or 8 guys that have gone through and pitched in the major leagues.
15-3. Both teams had 12 hits. But Clemson failed miserably with runners in scoring position. 3 out of 18. They had a lot of base runners and just did not convert.
Well, we were talking about following guys through the College World Series. Justin Wayne, remember that name because he will be in the big leagues very soon.
Yeah, it won't take him long, I don't think. Home half of the fifth for the Ragin' Cajuns, up 2-1. They'd like to add to it, and there's a hit batsman. Tommy Clark took one for the ball club.
Well, he took it and didn't have the elbow pad on. You know, a lot of the kids today, Mike, they're going with elbow pads and everything else. Watch this. He's got a little wrap, but he just stays right there, takes the blow, actually right in the side here. You know, me, personally, I'm putting these on. They let me wear an elbow pad. I'm going up there, and if they want to hit me, then I'm going to stand there and let them hit this puppy. You know, that's what they're doing.
Go up in a suit of armor.
Well, I got in my locker room here. You pull this out, but you know, a lot of big league hitters started wearing these pads, and really, as a hitter, you see Jarvis take a strike right there. They get on top of the plate, and it forces the pitchers. I mean, look at all this area it protects. You stand there, you're not afraid of a ball being inside anymore. A lot of guys don't know how to roll out of the way of a pitch anymore because they stand there with a pad.
Jarvis Larry, who had a sacrifice fly his first time up. Looks to bunt, takes one in the dirt. Good block by Shorsher.
But see right there, Mike, because Shorsher picked off that runner last inning, they weren't even thinking about advancing on a bobbled ball. The runner was standing on top of first base.
And Clark is one of their best base stealers, 13 out of 20. You see the numbers on Jarvis Larry, has his average up to 277. Has a couple of RBIs here at the College World Series. Runner goes, ball hit to straightaway right. Mackey comes on, makes the catch, and fires to first, not in time. So Larry hit it pretty well, but hit it right at Brandon Mackey. That'll bring up the number 8 man, Poche.
Well, he tried to execute the hit and run right there, Mike. He got a pitch that was outside and just wasn't able to put it on the ground, but he did hit it hard. Got some kind of change going on down here. In fact, Atwood's getting ready to pinch hit here.
Atwood has been used as a DH most of the year. He and Larry. Atwood, a junior out of Columbus, Mississippi. and went to North Florida Junior College. Been a disappointment this year because in JC ball, he hit 40 home runs in 2 years.
Well, it looks like from watching him take batting practice, he's got a little inside-out swing. And for most power hitters, you want to try to get that bat head out and pull the ball. And that happens when you don't play much. You kind of lose your stroke. Well, like you said, Mike, he's got power to all fields, and really it's making an adjustment. Coach really feels like next year he will have a big year. They're expecting him to bounce back because he will get the at-bats.
Well, he's a big kid, 6'2", 215. He can generate some bat speed. Chops this one foul with the runner going. Clark with good speed down at first. 13 steals on the year. Runner goes, foul away again.
They're trying to get runners moving. They're playing aggressive.
Trying to build on that 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning, get a little breathing room for themselves.
This is where Baker's looking for a ground ball right here. If he can get one, maybe get a double play ball, get him out of the inning.
1 and 2, just missed with a fastball. Wanted that one in the worst way. Heidel, the number 9 man, is the on-deck hitter. Now 2-2 to pinch hitter Scott Atwood, and he laces it to left. Douglas spun around, made the catch. Wow. Good play by Rob Douglas.
Well, you called it dead on the nose, Mike. He spun around and made the catch. He's looking at himself like, goodness gracious. That's one of those little bubbles coming out of the head, and you're thinking, watch it. He gets twisted around. Unfortunately, he was left-handed. He was able to make the reaction to catch it and get back in. But this ball was on the line that just hooked and dived. The ball is doing a lot of different things tonight, not really carrying. We've seen a couple of balls hit right on the nose that haven't really gone very far.
Heidel. That one may go a ways. Heidel smokes it to center. Brucker diving try, can't get it. That'll get a run home as Brucker goes for the spectacular catch and had a glance off his glove. A run-scoring double for Heidel.
Wow. What a sensational effort, though. And that is the play you got to lay out on. 2 outs. Runner on first. You know he's going to score on a ball in the gap. And look at this effort, Mike. Talk about all out. And just nip off the glove. Man, he went a long ways to even make that play playable. Great effort. One of the better efforts I've seen here in the College World Series.
Just a tremendous try for Ryan Brucker.
When that ball left the bat, I thought he had no chance of getting there.
Me too. He chased it down. He always gets a great jump on the ball, it seems. Back to the top of the order for Fagan, and now it is 3-1 for the Ragin' Cajuns. Fagan has had his problems with strikeouts. 5 out of 6 plate appearances he has fanned.
Right there, second base.
Strike on the corner. And Joey Baker has to be thinking again, it's another one of these games. They've gotten 1 run for me. Hasn't gotten run support most of the season. Down 3-1 here in the 5th and trying to limit the damage. 2 outs, a runner at second. Fair ball just inside the line. Hunt, another breaking ball up and in. That's going to be a double for Fagan. Makes the wide turn at second and now retreats. An RBI double for Stephen Fagan, his first base hit of the College World Series.
Well, Mike, if you remember last at bat for Fagan, when he was up there, he went chasing after that slider. First pitch, hammered it foul hard, and then they got him out. Here's another hanging breaking ball. He's looking for it the whole way and smokes it down at third baseline. Al Davis, the third base umpire, right on top of that call. It rattles around, but it is a double, no doubt, and we're going to have a pitching change.
Baker could not get them out of the inning. And we will see Tim Adinolfi. So Baker gives up 4 runs through 4 2/3. Touched up for a couple here in the 5th.
And Mikey pitched pretty good. I mean, he got hit hard late, but he had good stuff, located, and I'm telling you, they come up with the big catch right there, get him some runs, a chance to give him some breathing room.
We've seen how much fun the Raging Cajun fans have been having here so far in Omaha. Well, the players having just as much fun. They are part of your Louisiana Lafayette All Access Pass.
You know, we just left by Rosenblatt. We had a good practice, and we're going home, get something to eat, and get ready for the open ceremonies. Nobody thinks we can do it, so.
Shoot ya!
We gonna get some jambalaya sometime. We're getting pretty hungry. Some beaver stew and some oatmeal, squirrel lip gumbo.
How you turn that? This is the Cajun hitting genie, and what I do before each game, you know, I stand in my locker, kind of like this is my locker right here. I stand in it, and I just kind of get a little bit of this on it right here, just a little bit like this.
Hey, we need about $13 so we can dye his hair silver. Oh, so we all gotta put up.
I got $1.
Oh, you got one? All right. I got one. Attaboy, look at it. Jarvis. Money tree. What you got to say, Cisco? You want me to do your eyebrow? Y'all ready? It's no. We got some bleach hair going on in here. That's a body right there, baby. Look at that. Be ashamed to look stupid and not win, huh?
Yes, it is. If you're going to look stupid, you might as well win. That's great. Steve Turnberger, who has been producing those, just had a great time with them, done a wonderful job. And those, you know, those Louisiana kids, they know people tend to make fun of them, and they play that up in a big way, you know, with the false teeth and all that other stuff. It's a fun group of kids to be around every year at LSU or Louisiana Lafayette, whatever. And Tim Adinolfi comes in, left-hand pitcher, a senior. He's all a senior academically, a junior eligible out of San Jose.
Inside move, second base.
And his number was 7 saves that ties his school record.
Well, he's going to feature an overhand fastball like you saw right there, and he'll bring a curveball with that and a changeup. And he's usually around the plate. You see a high strikeout number, 80 strikeouts.
If you're a Yankee fan and watching this game, here's a future player, Ryan Gills, 17th round draft choice. Playing second base tonight, but they drafted him with his pitching in mind. He had an arm injury, required surgery. They think he has quite a future. Breaking ball as the runner goes.
He got an excellent jump right there, too. But with 2 outs, your infielders want to play back and knock down any ball hit in the infield, so let him go to third. He's going to score on a base hit anyway. Great jump by Fagan.
Fagan has stolen 14 bases this year, and Gill has hit 2 balls to the outfield, line to center.
No tag here.
And flown to right.
Second base. Good. Nobody.
Tap foul again.
See, the enticing thing is, as you get a good look at Rod Dato, the longtime coach at USC. Talking strategy right there. Southern Cal with big win the other day.
Yeah, Rod Dato's going to see them all, I'll tell you.
Second base.
Oh.
Right there.
Ouch. Brian Stream got the worst of that as Fagan went back in standing up.
Well, you know Stream's going to get back up. It's not going to bother him. But they get him. He's getting ready to take off and run. They use a spin play. You see a timing play comes back, and the big guy took out the little guy on this play. Basically, if the pitcher had delivered the ball a little earlier, they might have had him.
Now, the voice you hear telling him to get back is Wade Simino, the third base coach, telling him again. And so he doesn't have to be looking at the second baseman or the shortstop. Simino is telling him what to do.
Here's the thing about that, Mike. You got 2 outs. You got 2 strikes on the hitter. Get the out.
Runner goes. Foul away again.
He can run all day because he's going to score on a base hit anyway. So you don't want to take yourself out of position, particularly when a guy has 2 strikes, for him to slap a ball or reach out and hit a ball through the right side.
That's right.
On a ball you could have dove and knocked down or made a play on. So if he wants to dance around and run all day, you go ahead and do that. Let him go with 2 outs.
Well, Shorsher, the catcher, is drooling because he throws out most guys who run.
See, and the worst thing you can do right here is put a pickoff on with the catcher, and then everybody's out of position after the pitch.
Goes again, slapped toward the first baseman, speared by Fagan.
It was going right at that hole that we were talking about.
The third out of the inning, but 2 runs score. The bottom of the order came through again. And it's 4-1 Louisiana Lafayette.
With Quikrete fast setting concrete, you just pour it in the hole and add water. It sets hard in minutes. After all, what do you think we call it Quikrete?
Right, give me a good exit and a clean arch, go! Come on, pay attention. Right, heads up at 4,500 feet. Look, reach, pull, go! Come on, you can do it!
How many times have you done this?
None, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
On July 28th.
Club and charge! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Eddie Murphy is the Clumps. Nutty Professor 2, the Clumps. This film is not yet rated. Starts Friday, July 28th.
Back at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, inside the Lafayette dugout. These are the dog tags that Coach Tony Robichaux gave out to his team before the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. He wanted to tell his guys that, look, this is going to be a war, and we've got to be completely prepared to battle our way all the way through the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. It didn't quite work. They didn't win, but they made it to the regional, to the super regional, and upset the #1 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks at Sarge Fry Field in Columbia. Not bad against Ray Tanner's team. That's winning a pretty big war, but guys, a battle's going on right now. We'll see if the dog tags pay off. They've all got them on, just about everybody under their jerseys, game jerseys.
Anything that works, anything that brings your team together is good.
Yes, indeed.
Brucker will lead it off in the top of the 6th inning. Brucker nearly made the circus catch in center field. Tremendous effort, stretched out, dove to the warning track, and it just caught the edge of his glove. He can play center field for me any day. Straight away to center for Fagan. One gone.
Well, Mike, a big difference for Lafayette. In game 1, they had 10 walks against Stanford. Tonight, Dahlman has 1 walk. And that's what we were talking about at the top, being able to relax and play. They've played a much better game, and so has San Jose State. Both clubs have been very crisp.
Well, he came in walking in only 32 and 124 and 2/3 innings, and his strikeout to walk ratio around 4-1 this year. So he has done a great job with it. Stream 0 for 2 and now 2 for 6 in the College World Series. He hits it to straightaway center. Fehan has to retreat a couple of steps. 2 in a row to straightaway center field.
Well, he's getting a lot of fly ball outs, and that tells me he's still got a little zip on his fastball because the hitters have not been able to get that good extension. The other thing is every time he's had a threat, he's been able to bear down and make the pitches that you need to make to get out of a jam.
They only got to him for 1 run, and that came in the 3rd. A leadoff double and an error contributed mightily to that run, and it was unearned. Still getting up there around 90 miles an hour to Brandon Mackey. Hit into a double play and popped out. Hit toward the second baseman, Ryan Gill. Easy play for him. Quickly, 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. A 6-pitch inning for Scott Doman. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th in a 4-1 game.
So, how much do you pay for internet access?
$20 a month.
Well, now you can buy 1,000 minutes of long distance for the same $20 a month. 1,000 minutes a month of actual human contact, all for the price of email.
Can I be on it all night?
All night or all weekend. You make the call. Log on your life, Chief. Switch to Sprint 1000 at 1-800-PIN-DROP.
Or visit Sprint.com.
There's a moment as I bite into a Wendy's classic double with cheese when everything around me seems to come to a stop. My senses focus on that hot and juicy beef and cool, crisp toppings. For that frozen moment, I am in a perfect state of hamburger bliss. Of course, nothing lasts forever. Then again, I can always come back tomorrow. Hamburger bliss. It comes with every Wendy's classic hamburger.
This is nutty. And remember, Wendy's pickup window is open late, so you can eat great even late.
It's like we've always been there for you. We were there when you found your first love and when your first love found you. We helped you get settled into your first real place, then into your wife's idea of a real place. And now that you have a reason, make that reasons to get some life insurance. There's no one better to ask than the State Farm agent you've always trusted to care for your car, your home, and you. State Farm is there for you because State Farm is there for life.
6th inning College World Series. Louisiana Lafayette trying to eliminate San Jose State. Raging Cajuns took a 2-0 lead. San Jose State came back to cut it to 2-1, but then with 2 runs at the bottom of the 5th, Louisiana Lafayette has regained a 3-run advantage in this game, and they'll come to bat with the 3, 4, 5 men in the order trying to add to it. Nathan Nelson will lead it off, fly to center and struck out in his 2 trips. Adinolfi is on in his 2nd inning of relief to face the heart of the order. Foul back. They told us at this morning's meeting that Adinolfi would be the relief pitcher of choice. Early, middle, or late, it was going to be Adinolfi.
He was coming in.
Foul back out of play again. 1 and 2 to Nathan Nelson. And it's Adinolfi's job right now to hold it at 4-1.
He stays around the plate, Mike, and that's what they like about him.
Breaking ball ripped. Tognetti, the 3rd baseman, throws him out.
Well, he gave him the full assortment. He threw the fastball a couple times and a changeup, and right there, that was a slider. Here's a good look at the slider right at the 3rd baseman. The home plate umpire made this call, and so did the 3rd base umpire. He looked to second, but the umpire behind him, no, he doesn't make that call. The home plate umpire did, and I don't know where he's looking, so he just threw the ball across the diamond.
Threw it anyway,
yeah,
to make sure.
Remember the other night, Al Davis was at first base, and he made a call. This time, I'm not making that call.
Mazziotti, who homered earlier, lofts this one to center field. Brucker tracks it down. 2 gone. And Will Hawkins, who doubled his first time up and then struck out. Guy who gets his hacks and is a streak hitter, hitting .284 on the season. 1 for 6 here in Omaha in 2 games.
Well, I love his philosophy, Mike. He says they'll wear out a fastball. And his theory is 3 Ks and a double, and he won't get cheated. He was asked, how do you hit a fastball? He said, swing hard. Well, how do you hit a curveball? Swing harder.
Believe he stole that one from Hank Aaron, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Nice changeup. That's how you get a guy who likes to swing hard out. The fastballs, you throw him a change. Yeah, Hank Aaron was asked that question, and he kind of stole that.
Well, if that was really Hank's philosophy, he lived up to it.
Yeah, Hank could hit anything.
Hit them all hard and long.
755 times.
Wow. Hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Lost him. And Sam Ferraro doesn't want anybody else to score. He's down far enough for 4-1.
Well, Sam Ferraro's done some great things with this program at San Jose State.
Hasn't he?
And wants to continue. He feels like this is just a springboard of things to come, which really it should be.
You just mention his name to anybody, and everybody responds. What a good guy.
Ken Caminetti, Anthony Telford, who's now with Montreal Expos, Caminetti with the Astros, and Mark Langston, who is now retired. All 3 went to school there. Trying to get them involved in the program.
1-0 to Clark, hit by a pitch the last time up, and that is off of Schwartzer's mask.
The blow. Mark Langston at a function with San Jose State, as you see the foul back right into the mask. And what's the home plate umpire? He's going to take the time to go ahead and give him a blow. And that's the working relationship that an umpire and a catcher has. They understand what it's like to be hit in a mask. So he took his time, walked out there, gave the pitcher a ball, came back, and still taking the time that he might need to let him shake off that blow. I'm down and out, Mike. I'm done. Done for the count.
1-1 to Tommy Clark. 2 out, a runner aboard. Snap throw to first. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be any reason to take that kind of abuse, you know? Runner goes. They've got him picked. The throw back to first. And the ball. John Fagan couldn't hold the toss. And Will Hawkins will live to fight another day.
Well, they did everything right to execute the rundown. Watch the pickoff. He knows he's got him. The first baseman clears himself. Now watch the shortstop run him hard. You got him. Nice little lob. And they just couldn't hang on to the ball. And you can see he did not have that grip at all, and he's doing everything he could possibly do to hold on to that.
And another good call by Joe Burleson, the first base umpire, right on top of it, and waited to see.
You know, so often with the first baseman's glove, it is so much bigger than any other glove. He had that right here, and he couldn't really feel it. Instead of catching it in the web and being able to tag him like this, he got that ball right here, kicked out, and he lost it. Tough play.
You've got everything up here, no?
Oh, man, I love this. They got a little closet for me. I can do all kinds of things with
They had
that.
soft shell crabs in here last night. I think they came from that slot over there. Chopped to short. Patchett will go the short way to second for the force. And Louisiana Lafayette done here in the 6th in spite of the mistake. It is a 4-1 ball game in Omaha.
Right now, when you make a pit stop at Pro Cuts, you can enter our Race with the Pros sweepstakes. Win a week's RV rental with infield parking, 6 tickets, and 2 pit passes for a race weekend. Plus, get a free die-cast stock car when you get an All-Pro from a friendly stylist. Or just 99 cents with any purchase. So stop by, get a professional haircut, and enter today. And you can find yourself in the winner's circle. Pro Cuts, a pit stop for your hair.
In motorcycle racing, there is a zone, a state of being, where man and machine become one, inseparable and unbeatable. Those who find it are no longer mere riders. They are two-wheeled gods. But those who lose it can be in for a rude awakening. Experience the zone of motorcycle racing.
Here's some food for thought. A little bit of guidance from the citizenship through Sports Alliance. When you're on the field, keep one thing in check. Be a good sport and focus on respect. Respect? That's right, ain't it a trip? It's all about teamwork and sportsmanship. When you're on the court, use your intellect and be a good sport. Focus on respect.
I'm Sad Dempsey, president of the NCAA, and I want you to focus on respect.
College World Series will continue tomorrow with second-round games from Bracket 2. USC will face LSU in the afternoon on ESPN. Then at 7 o'clock Eastern, it's Florida State taking on Texas here on ESPN2. It's an elimination contest. Earlier today in Bracket 1, Stanford defeated Clemson. The winner of this game will take on the Tigers Tuesday afternoon on ESPN.
This is a tremendous field. You know, traditionally rich teams that from all over, LSU, USC, you know they're going to be here. They're back in power. And the program is as strong as they've ever been, especially with the great parity in college baseball. For those schools to still dominate, they are getting the cream of the crop because they lose them in the draft.
Doman delivers with a high fastball. You're absolutely right about that.
I mean, you think about just LSU's program. They had 8 players drafted off their current team. 22 kids that they have already tried to sign have been drafted in the draft.
Another fastball high, and the problem is they agree to come to school and they have to wait months to find out if they're actually going to be there.
And they're still competitive.
2-0, 3-0. Doman has walked only 1, struck out 2, and allowed but 3 hits through 6 innings of work. We talked about the experience. Louisiana Lafayette, San Jose State, their first trip ever. Clemson in its 9th. LSU now in the 11th with 4 titles all in the 90s. Stanford 12 times. Florida State now 18 and looking for that first title. USC, that legendary program with 20 and 12 championships here in Omaha.
Incredible. You see Doman right there come back and go with the slider. Sometimes when a pitcher gets out of sync, you come back with an off-speed pitch. It puts the arm slot right back where it needs to be.
Tognetti looking for his first hit of the night. Fouls it back off the facade behind home plate. Good fastball hitter. And a better hitter with runners on. And San Jose State down by 3, running out of outs. We're in the top of the 7th. If they're going to rally, they need to do something. Another high fastball. Everything has been upstairs that has missed in this inning from Doman. Every fastball.
And that's a sign of fatigue. They're starting to get some action up in the bullpen. That was his 81st pitch of the game.
Breaking pitch. Skied to right center. Clark calls for it and makes the catch. 1 gone. So Tognetti can't advance the runner and keep anything going, and Fagan will come up. And O'Brien and Babin are warming for the Raging Cajuns. It's another magnificent crowd. We'll give you those numbers in a second as Fagan stands in 0 for 2 tonight, 2 for 6 in the College World Series. Another crowd over 23,000 here tonight, 23,016. And they just continue to turn out brilliant support for this event.
And this is an elimination game, and they still come to
That's right.
to watch you play. I mean, this is.
You know what was really nice? We're staying in the same hotel with a lot of the LSU fans. And the LSU fans are coming out to support the Raging Cajuns tonight. I think it's really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Hit it. Sound like it nicked him.
Well, I thought it did too. I heard something, and it looked like it hit him on the shoulder. He's not saying anything, though.
Yes, not. Sometimes there's a string hanging off the catcher's glove, and that little nick. But if we heard it up here, we got some great ears, Mike. Well, they got some great microphones down there.
Our audio guys are all over it. 2-0 to Fagan. Breaking pitch hit deep to left. Hooking. Home run. Stayed just inside the pole. Fagan saw the fastballs coming high, may have been sitting on a slider, got one and ripped it.
Maybe that ball did nick him, and he said, forget it, I got to go deep right here.
John Fagan with his 13th home run of the year. He is their power guy, the only one in double figures in home runs. And he's made it a one-run game.
Well, Mike, you're right. He got a slider, and he was looking to go deep, and he crushed it. Jumped on it, stayed. The only question was, look at him, Carlton Fisk, stay fair for me.
And they say it hooked around the pole.
Well, Al Davis, the third base umpire, was right on the line. He had a better view than anybody in the ballpark and made the call right. The other thing that was nice about that is it stayed below the pole. It wasn't over the pole where you had to make a tough judgment. She stayed inside the pole.
That baby was smoked.
Yes, it was.
His mother, Nancy, loving every second of that as her son, John, gets his 13th home run and 47th RBI. John's pretty happy about it himself.
And just like the LSU fans are here watching Louisiana Lafayette, the Stanford fans have hung out to watch San Jose State. San Jose about a half-hour drive to Palo Alto.
And most of the fans here who are from Omaha, they're making up the overwhelming majority of the crowd, they just root for everybody. Boy, and Dolman has just really lost everything high. The only thing he can get over is the slider, and as you saw, he hung that last one that he threw. Douglas, 2 for 2. Not a power guy, only 2 home runs, but their hottest hitter in the postseason. Turns on a fastball. He's 3 for 3. What would Douglas have done if they found those glasses early in the season? He might have hit 400 the way he's showing tonight.
I'm telling you. Well, let's go back and look at a 400 swing, Mike. Now, it's World Series. Who does this remind you of? I know you're a baseball historian. Watch this. Is that Carlton Fisk or what? Come on, ball, stay fair. And the catcher says, get running.
Mazziotti didn't like him standing there beside him. Thought maybe you're trying to show my pitcher up. Get out of here.
That was a great shot. Great camera work, guys. Excellent. Well, Mike, the Bulldogs gave them some innings that they needed.
Yes, he did. And Tony Robichaux will send him to the bench. He knows he got all he could out of Scott Dolman tonight. And while we've got a moment, the teams have been kind enough to give us a sneak peek all week behind the scenes at the College World Series. Here is your San Jose State All Access Pass.
You figure we're on for 6 o'clock. That may push us back a little bit because they're going to go 45 minutes usually, right, Dave? Do we have any change in our starting time? Do we know?
Let me go check, okay?
Okay. Scouting report is that he likes to get the right-handers to chase that pitch out of the strike zone. That's probably, you'll get some of those. So that's why, you know, if you got to look for that fastball, especially early in the count. Okay? It's up. It's, you know, probably mid to upper 80s. Okay? And he's good. That statistic there, that's misleading. That's only about a 65 to 70% max success rate. Okay? You know, we're probably gonna get delayed at least 40 minutes past we thought we would.
14, Khalil Green, third base.
Yeah, we're gonna get after him. Nice job.
Thank you.
Good luck. When do you guys go again?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. Yeah. Okay, babe. Show everybody you belong. You deserve to be here, and let's go play our butts off tonight. Okay? We're on schedule. Let's get those arms loose. We've got about 11 minutes to in and out. Good luck tonight, man. Go get them.
That was Sam Ferraro, and you saw the relationship that he has with the Stanford coaching staff. They're close friends. They root for each other, and they say the one thing they would love to do is, you know, be able to play each other, because you want the other guy to do well until you play him, and then you want to beat his brains out and console him when the game's over.
That's what sports is all about.
Gordon O'Brien is the new pitcher, a sophomore from Montreal, Quebec, 6'5", 220, and this guy can bring some heat.
Well, he's going to show you a fastball that's electrifying. It'll be in the mid-90s, and then he's going to break off a nice little slider. Those are his two pitches that he's going to have to throw. We got a ball game.
He would easily rank among the nation's leaders in strikeouts per inning if he had enough innings to qualify. Per 9 innings, 15-2. So he gets some people swinging and missing, and Adam Shorsher, the catcher, stands in. A runner at first, 1 gone, 2 runs in the inning, and Harold, you're right. We've got a ball game, 4-3 in the 7th. Slider for a strike.
Well, this is fun. This is fun,
Isn't it?
Gives you something to think strategy and.
Well, Douglas down at first. If you're thinking Steele has only a single stolen base this year. He goes. Hit and run. They fan at it, and he's in there.
Well, Mazziotti was ready to come up and let it go, and it looked like the ball may have broke a little bit more than he anticipated it. Wasn't able to handle it. Douglas, like you said, Mike, he only had 1 stolen base. You see Mazziotti actually looking to throw before he caught the ball, and well, it snuck by him.
His head came up
just enough.
So now the tying run at second for Shorsher. Fouls it out of play. Stays alive at 1 and 2. Doman went 6 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them were earned. 2 walks and a couple of strikeouts. He threw 88 pitches tonight.
Make sure you get the out.
He gave them more than they could ask for. You know, they weren't expecting him to go as long as he did.
Stands to be the winner if Gordon O'Brien can hold it for him. Strike 3 call. And the strikeout specialist got one when he needed it, striking out Shorsher.
They've done a nice job of mixing pitches. You know, I'm continually be impressed with the way Mazziotti calls the game. This ball just does not break back, though. Sometimes you throw what it's called a backdoor slider, and this is it right here. It doesn't break, it just stays back inside, and that's why it's called backdoor, because it's supposed to break back over the plate. It didn't break, and it froze the hitter.
The number 9 hitter, Gary Patchett, has walked and popped out in the dirt. Nice block by Mazziotti. The runner goes, and he can't come up with it. It's going to be a wild pitch on O'Brien. It's almost acting as if he was crossed up.
Runner at second, you go at multiple signs, and that's when you do see a cross-up. We'll get a good look here. The ball bounced. He anticipated it.
Yeah.
But he thought at first it looked like he was going to say to the umpire, the batter's got to get out of the way, but he's got it right to the batter's box. He just threw a 50-foot curveball. That's all that was.
Now a runner at third. Fastball low.
Well, Mike, if he's having trouble bouncing balls, it takes away. Fortunately, Mazziotti's blocking the ball for him, but if the pitcher doesn't feel like he has the confidence, that makes it better for the hitter. He takes away a pitch from him.
2 outs, a runner at third. The tying run 90 feet away. Fastball right back to O'Brien. Knocks it down and makes the play. They'll get out of the inning, stranding a runner at third. But San Jose State gets 2, and the Spartans are back within a run as we go to the bottom of the 7th. O'Brien gets the 3rd out of the 7th inning.
If the idea of bifocal vision correction seems too much for a mere contact lens, it is. This is something more scientific. AccuView bifocal contact lenses is designed with 5 vision zones to help you see clearly at varying distances, so you can focus both near and far. Sharp as ever. Ask your eye care professional about AccuView bifocal. AccuView, advancing the science of sight.
When that honey barbecue sauce hits 3 strips of crispy chicken and all that melted cheese hits that sauce, every bite tastes better than the bite before. Oh, baby!
KFC's new honey barbecue crunch melt for a limited time only.
It's that good.
It didn't have to end like this. Armor All Protectant. Armor All Car Wax. It's not just shine, it's Armor All.
Louisiana Lafayette with a 4-3 lead over San Jose State. They have led all the way. 2-0 in the first, and 2-1, 4-1, and now 4-3. Let's check in with Dave Ryan. David.
All right, Bill Fagan is here, John Fagan's dad. How far did you drive exactly? How long did it take you to get here?
I looked at 1,838 miles when we drove up and parked. It took us a couple days.
A couple days, and I imagine it was well worth it.
Absolutely. That home run, I'd have driven twice the amount. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Thanks so much for joining us.
You bet. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you.
Proud papa right here, guys.
All right, Dave, and well, he should be. Yeah, that makes that trip seem short. If they'd have told him his son was going to hit a 2-run homer in this game, he'd have gotten here faster.
That's special, no doubt.
Jarvis Larry leads it off in the 7th against Adinolfi.
That's one of the neatest things about the College World Series is how much the parents are involved with their kids' lives. And you tend to forget that when you turn on the TV and watch them play.
And what they have to go through in order to see their kids play.
They got to work, back to work. You know, there is a work day on Monday for most, and taking time off to try to raise a family.
When they live and die with every pitch, too. Jarvis Larry 0 for 2 tonight. Swings and misses on a fastball. And he's gone. Make it 0 for 3. His 2nd time striking out. Scott Atwood, who stayed on to play first base after pinch hitting. He's 0 for 1. Hit the ball on the button, but lined to left. Atwood's average only .204 this season after going 0 for 1. Adinolfi gets it up there pretty well, doesn't it?
Yes, he does. I was just thinking that.
Uh-oh. To the gap in right center. This will go to the wall. Atwood will hold at second with a stand-up double, a ringing shot to the wall.
Well, he got a breaking pitch out over the plate. It was a very nice swing. You get a good look here. He's got the open stance, and Mike, he brings the legs back. Watch him close his stance, stay with the ball, and drive this thing behind. He got right behind it and drove the ball into the gap. Very nice piece of hitting.
The number 9 man in the order, Rick Heidel. You wouldn't know it. He's 2 for 2. And 3 for 6 in the College World Series, including a home run and a double. And he hits it to straightaway right. Mackey will settle in with a runner tags, and Atwood bluffs the start. They know the scouting report on Mackey has a good, accurate arm. Louisiana Lafayette tonight, 6 hits, a single, 4 doubles, and a homer.
Watch the base runner Atwood. As soon as the ball's hit, he's going to look at the third base coach. Watch this. He'll turn around and go, should I come or shouldn't I? By the time you do that, it's too late. That ball behind you there, you can set up and you should be able to know if you're able to make it or not. Obviously, the coach made the right judgment call by not challenging the arm. But there are certain plays that as you run the bases, you should be able to instinctively know what you can or can't do, and that's maybe because he hasn't been on base so much this year.
Right. He's only a 204 hitter. Fagan, who got his first hit of the College World Series last time up, gets another one, rips it to left.
Be close.
Douglas comes up. There's going to be a play at the plate, but the throw is offline.
Oh, big hit, Mike.
An RBI single for Fagan, who has reached his last 2 times up after going 0 for 6, and it puts them back up by 2.
And that's another reason the coach held him up, because, again, you're going to score on a base hit from second base. No need to force and make the third out at third. Fagan gets a fastball first pitch, and he's hacking. Drives one out there. This is the third first pitch fastball he swung at tonight. He hasn't put it in play, but this one he does. And he drives it in the left field for the RBI.
When Douglas had the opportunity on a hard hit ball, he's coming straight forward, all his momentum behind him, and the throw was short and offline. Strike called as Gill faked a bunt. Would obviously in this situation be bunting for a base hit. And he's got some speed. Fanned at a fastball that time. Shorsher came up ready to throw down to first, but Steve Fagan got back. Two outs, a run in here in the home half of the 7th for the Raging Cajuns.
See where the second base was playing. That's why he was trying to push that ball towards first, that first pitch. Pickoff move he's playing. Here's the second baseman right here. And when you're trying to bunt for a push, you want to put that ball right in this area, and that's what he was looking to do with the push bunt on the first pitch. Obviously, with 2 strikes, he's not going to do that now.
Takes it high. Ryan Gill was the 3rd Cajun ever named as the most outstanding player in a regional. He won the award when they got to play at home at Lafayette this year.
This guy's an interesting player, really. We've talked about his ability to pitch and how hard he throws, and he's got some nice actions out in the infield at second base.
Yes, he does.
He swings the bat. He's hitting at a 345 clip. I mean, versatile athlete.
In that regional where he was the MVP, he hit .538.
Man.
So when the Yankees get him as a pitcher, well, the American League is not going to be able to hit anyway, so. Breaking pitch, hit back up the middle, a base hit. Fagan on his way to third. First and third with 2 gone.
Well, Mike, we just discussed it. Here's a breaking ball. He stays down through it. He waits for the ball to get to him and hammers it back up the middle.
And Adinolfi has been touched for 3 hits here in the 7th. You have to hand it to Louisiana Lafayette. They were challenged in the top of the inning. Saw their lead cut to 1. They come right back, get a run, and have runners at first and third.
That's what you want to do. It's just in the reverse. You want your pitcher to come out and shut them down.
Come out and talk to Adinolfi. He's the guy they wanted in here. Plenty of action in their bullpen in case they want to go that way.
Well, he's got 2 outs. See if he can just get through this.
Sandler and Murphy you see out there warming. They'll be facing the number 3 hitter Nathan Nelson, who has drawn the collar tonight and is only 1 for 7 in the series. Smoke back up the middle. Nice stop by Stream. Got the 4th. Stream saves a run, spearing a shot back up the middle. But the Raging Cajuns get 1 to go up by 2 again. We've completed 7 at the College World Series. A 2-run lead for Louisiana Lafayette.
Hey, did you get them brakes at Pep Boys?
Yeah, I did.
I appreciate it.
Pep Boys for quality parts and brake service from $69.99. No rebate necessary.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
All right, suckers. Ears up, minds open. Mrs. Jones on the microphone. It's KG's 5th anniversary of going from high school to the league, which got me wondering, why are people so concerned about b-ballers going pro after high school, yet so unconcerned about baseball, hockey, and tennis players turning pro early? Shouldn't everyone go to college? The kid thinks so. That's why he takes classes. The more education, the better. Can you dig it?
When water attacks, it can transform your beautiful deck into a danger zone. Boards warp and crack, weakening your deck. But Thompson's gives you the highest level of water protection available to protect your deck like no other. Thompson's. It never takes a day off, guaranteed.
Just don't appreciate the earth-shattering sound you get when we install a 12-inch subwoofer in your car.
San Jose State trails by 2 here in the 8th. For more of your San Jose State all-access pass, let's take a look at this.
Louisiana's in the same situation we are. What do we call this game usually? Yeah, it's a do-or-die ball game. Loser goes home. Louisiana's thinking the same thing we are. They don't want to be the first team to exit this thing. You got 2 teams with a lot of character, like we talked about yesterday, and neither one wants to go home. So who wants it? Who wants to stay here? That's what it boils down to. Who wants to stick around?
And we've got 2 innings to find out as Sam Ferraro has seen his team respond. Cut into that 4-1 lead. They made it 4-3. Louisiana Lafayette comes back to make it 5-3, and now the Spartans go to the 8th with the top of their order. Bruckner will lead it off and takes a breaking ball from Gordon O'Brien low.
Well, now it'll be interesting if they start trying to take the strike to get a runner on base, doing little things like that.
Fastball inside.
Rucker not afraid to get hit by a pitch, do anything to get on. But that 1 run really changes how you play this inning.
Yeah.
Because now they're not going to bunt if he gets on to move him over.
When you've only got 6 outs left, it's tough to give one up to move a single runner around.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball high. Well, anything inside, look for any of these guys to lean into it. They have 105 hit batsmen this year. Gordon O'Brien's parents, Chris and Yvette. Looks like Dad got with the program.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
That does not look like his natural color, does it? No. Mom was smart. And a runner on the base on balls, so the potential tying run comes to the plate. Stream 0 for 3 tonight. In the first game, he went 2 for 4, and now we'll turn around and bat left-handed. Squares the bunt, takes it high.
You know, until he throws a strike, Mike, you go ahead and take a strike. That's 5 straight balls.
Well, you just know from what the coaches were saying, though, Stream hates to go up there thinking take a couple of pitches. He wants to hack away.
Well, now's the time you give it to him as a coach. Hey, you're taking. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Yep. All he's trying to do with that bunt is to distract the pitcher. Sam Ferraro hoping for a base hit here. He's got the 3, 4, 5 guys coming up if they can keep this rally going. Brandon Mackey on deck. Breaking ball hangs high, 2-1.
The one thing about Stream is he's probably not going to hit into a double play unless he smokes one at somebody.
Because he can run.
He can run. And he'll pull the ball. It's harder to turn a double play from the right side of the infield back and then back to first base than it is from the shortstop on over.
Mackey 14, Ruiz 7, waiting to hit. Breaking ball, tipped foul. 2-2.
Hey, meet the ball, little guy. Here we go, baby. Base hit now.
And Gordon O'Brien comes into the little guy on 2-1 and throws him the breaking pitch. Apparently, Gordon O'Brien is not going to back down or give in to anybody either.
No, he's not. And so often, that's how you pitch. You know, before, as a hitter, I'd be like, challenge somebody, let's go. And I realized, well, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
That's right.
Get me out on a pitch I can't hit.
2-2 to Stream. Full count.
Now, this will get interesting right here if they try to run or not.
The 3, 4, 5 men in the order tonight, the guys that are waiting to hit behind the top of the order, are 0 for 8.
Let's go.
They have drawn the collar, a single base on balls, the only base runner for the heart of the order. It's been the 6 and 7 guys, Douglas and Fagan,
Hey, beat him right here, kid. Let's
who
go.
have come through. The rest of the lineup as a group working on a 1 for 20 evening. If Stream can't get a base hit. Here's the 3-2. Breaking pitch, slap foul.
They're running right here.
Well, we told you about Stream's surgery after he got hit around the right eye and the orbital bone, and what a tough kid he is, what he had to go through and how quickly he came back. So you've got a battler on your hands in this situation.
Well, he's going to put the ball in play. He's going to battle. And plus, you got a pitcher, you know, Brian, with a high leg kick. And Rucker's a pretty good runner, so he got a good jump last time. I'm sure he'll be off running again. No.
They hold him, and this one's chopped right back to the mound. O'Brien goes to second. Just got it. Dangerous decision by O'Brien. Instead of the sure out at first, he went for the lead man and just got it.
Well, particularly with the 5-3 ball game, you go ahead and go to second. Maybe somebody missed a sign and didn't run. I don't know what happened there because he got a great jump on the pitch before. But he makes a decision to go ahead and go, and it is bang, bang. And that's the way it's been tonight. San Jose State has been within inches of having things turn around for them.
And you've got to credit Louisiana Lafayette for its execution. Mackey, 8 home runs on the year. 1 swing could tie this game, and O'Brien way upstairs with that one.
These are the guys that it rests on. 3, 4, and 5. If they produce, they will win. If they don't, they won't. And they've said that all year. As they go, so will our team. And it's no different tonight.
Mackey with a 12-game hit streak on the line takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Hitting .380 during that streak with a couple of dingers, only with 8 on the year. One out, one on. That's swung over the top of a breaking pitch. 1-2.
Well, Mike, a sign of a guy that's going to throw a lot of breaking pitches is the defensive alignment, and you get a good chance to see how they're positioning against him. Now, third baseman is not even in the picture. Watch how we pan around. Look at how far over the third baseman is playing. He slapped the ball down that line. Now it's second and third. He's a long ways off the line.
1-2, just stayed alive. Caught a piece of it.
But that tells me they're going to stay in on his hands. Inside, inside, inside. Most philosophies late in the game, when you get to the power guys, you make them beat you the opposite way. And particularly the way the ball is carrying tonight, force them to have to hit a ball outside. Now here, look at this. He's got all this area through here. And that ball there is going to be a double. Third baseman is generally where I drew that arrow at. He'd be standing right in that area, that spot right there.
1-2 to Brandon Mackey. Another breaking ball popped up on the infield. Nelson outside of third in foul territory. 2 gone.
Able to get in on his hand.
And this is going to bring up the cleanup man, Gordon Ruiz, as the Go Cajun signs are out in force. Junior was 1 for 4 in his first College World Series game. 0 for 2 tonight in a walk. Second on the club in RBIs. They would love to see him deliver one here.
Well, he's been DH'd because of an injury. You talked about that earlier. And oftentimes when you have an injury, it affects you offensively too. Looking around the infield, not a bad time to drop a punt. Another runner scoring position. This is the guy you want to drive a ball out of the ballpark. So
we are seeing virtually nothing but breaking pitches from O'Brien, and he has shown a mastery of them so far. 0-2 to Ruiz. Mom and Dad hoping O'Brien can keep it going. Another breaking ball tapped down to first. And that's it. Atwood takes the roller on one knee, steps on the bag. Mom and Dad are loving it. And the Ragin' Cajuns have one more inning to go to stay alive. They're up by 2.
The movie on everyone's top 10 list is in demand. The war is over.
Oh, he's shooting people or what?
And 3 soldiers just want to go home rich.
Millions in Kuwaiti bullion. Saddam stole it from the sheiks. I have no problem stealing it from Saddam.
Let's just stick to the plan. The plan is for the gold, right?
Bring these soldiers home.
We can help these people first, and then we'll be on our way.
George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube, 3 Kings. Pay-per-view for the demanding viewer. You rule.
The PGA Tour is back. Don't miss the grace, passion, competition, and drama as today's stars become tomorrow's legends on the world's toughest courses. PGA Tour 2000 on ESPN and ESPN2.
It's not about fun. It's not about recreation. This is about action, drama, and intensity. It's about winning. The 2000 College World Series continues tomorrow at 7 on ESPN2.
This guy has so much courage. Emily, I'm sorry I'm spending our first anniversary in Omaha. Might be your last anniversary if you keep this up.
Yes, it did.
Happy anniversary, Emily.
Well, they're creative, no doubt about that.
Well, when you can throw EAUX into any word and make it work, gives you a little latitude. Ragin' Cajuns right now coming up in the bottom of the 8th. They would love to get an insurance run here, and they'll have the 4, 5, 6 men in the order, starting with Danny Mazziotti, who has a home run tonight, his 15th of the year. #1 on the club, the only man in double digits in that category. And Adinolfi starts him off with a fastball for a called strike. This has been a good ball game, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been fabulous. Very crisp, fast pace, not many mistakes, strategy, home runs, great defensive efforts. Had it all.
And we're not done.
No. We're at the best part now.
Fastball high to Mazziotti. Had only 1 home run all of last year, has now hit 15 this season. Screamer, diving attempt by Patchett under his glove in the left field for a base hit. Mazziotti has 2 on the night. Join ESPN and ESPN2 this Wednesday for a baseball triple header. Starting at 1 on ESPN2, the Red Sox go to New York and take on the Yankees. Then at 7, the White Sox and the Indians do battle on ESPN. Then at 10, back here on ESPN2, the Dodgers hosting Arizona. Triple header this Wednesday on ESPN and ESPN2. And the Yankees and Mets, we are told, officially postponed this evening. So I hope you'll stay with us and watch this one, because we have a good ball game here. An elimination Sunday game, Louisiana Lafayette and San Jose State. And Brett Bailey will come on as the pinch hitter for Will Hawkins. Bailey out of Morgan City, Louisiana, junior, 5'10", 210 pounds. Let's see if he's up there to bunt against Adinolfi. And Adinolfi will go to first.
Well, Mike, oftentimes they use that move right there to see what the hitter is going to do. If he fudges with the bat or anything, it looked like he started to go ahead to the bunt position. Now you know what they're going to try to do, and you charge hard. Sure enough, they show.
There's the bunt, pops it up, and caught by the catcher, Shorsher. So Bailey can't get his job done, pops up the attempted sacrifice.
Well, he didn't get the bat head out. That's the problem here. Watch this. He pushes at the bunt, and that's how he popped it up. Whenever you want to bunt, get to go to my bat rack again, you want to set your angle and let the ball come to you. You don't go out here. Now you got force coming against force, and that's when you pop it up. But if you give, that's when you'll die, and you'll be able to get the bunt down. And that's what happened to him right there. Tough pitch to bunt is a high fastball. And that's what he tried to bunt.
Clark indicated he wanted to bunt. Hit by a pitch. And officially 0 for 2 tonight. Squares again. There's a pitch out. Go back to your bat rack for a second.
Okay.
Bat rack for a second.
I'm back.
And now show me the grip. And show me how you don't get your fingers crushed, which is the first thing they try to teach.
Well, you want to definitely hide your hands behind the bat, so that when the ball hits here, you don't want to do this. Expose your fingers.
You see so many guys having their fingers even at this level, and some in the major leagues that have their fingers around like that, and they can still get it.
Well, and the other thing that happens is you can adjust, you can slide the hands up to give you a little more bat control,
right,
and still be able to do it. One great drill, Willie Stargell, he was a great hitter, but he taught me to bunt one-handed. I would bunt one-handed like this and work on bunting off a machine, just one-handed. And that way you become a better bunter. Just little simple things like that. Even a great hitter like Willie Stargell.
How did Willie Stargell ever think about bunting?
He played with some great players, so obviously he picked something up around the batting cage, but yeah.
Well, I bet nobody ever asked Willie to lay one down.
I wouldn't have.
1-1, 1 out, a runner on here in the bottom of the 8th. Tommy Clark standing in against Tim Adinolfi. Another throw over. Mazziotti, the catcher, with 7 stolen bases this year. takes a called strike 1 and 2.
So you like this closet, huh, Mike?
I love it. I think it's a great way for you to demonstrate the way things should be done and should not be done. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went after a high outside fastball.
Did a nice job of making him continue to chase a pitch outside. He went further out on each pitch to get him to chase a ball out of the zone.
Two out, a runner at first for DH Jarvis Larry. 3 for 6 in the College World Series, but 0 for 3 tonight. Breaking ball down low, blocked by Shorsher. I said Larry was 0 for 3 at a sacrifice fly, so officially 0 for 2. And the average at 2.69. Fastball foul back off the right side.
He takes a good hack. It seems like he's always got an idea what he's trying to do at the plate. Last night he was pulling the ball. Today they're pitching him outside. He's been hitting the ball to right field. As long as you got a plan, you give yourself a chance.
1-1 with Mazziotti down at first and 2 gone in the home half of the 8th. The elimination Sunday night game at the College World Series. Which of these first timers will be the first to go home? Hit to deep right, going back. Mackey can't get there, off the edge of his glove. Mazziotti on his way home. He'll score, and it's 6-3.
Well, Mike, Jarvis Larry staying within his game plan. They continue to pitch him outside, and he got a fastball and drove it. The other night we saw him hit a home run to left field. Right here, the right fielder just not able to get to this ball over the outstretched arms of Mackey. And the kick off the wall, I don't think they would have had a play even if he'd have fielded it clean, because Mazziotti's off on the crack of the bat. But that is a tough run, because now that's 3 runs up.
And Sam Ferraro is going to make a change here, as he's gone as long as he can with Adinolfi. He pitched well out of the pen, but his club now down 6-3, and they're running out of time. Big hit and a run scored for Jarvis Larry.
Love at first sight. What's that based on? Have you ever looked at someone and said, check her out, she looks loyal? Or, whoa, look at the morals on that guy. No, love at first sight is based on something else. Sight.
I see you, baby. Shaking it, babe.
The 2000 Mitsubishi Eclipse, nicely equipped at 17.7. You'll even love what's on the inside.
I refuse to lose, to be average, to fail. I refuse to die, to be afraid. I refuse to be taken. I refuse.
ESPN2's presentation of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you by the ridiculously easy-to-use eye control setting systems from Timex, by Mitsubishi Motors, makers of the new 2001 Eclipse Spider, Wake Up and Drive, Standby Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When the moment comes, will you have what it takes to finish? Gatorade, is it in you?
Louisiana Lafayette here in the bottom of the 8th has put a run on the board to go up 6-3 over San Jose State. And the new pitcher is going to be Steve Murphy, a senior from South San Francisco, California.
Well, Steve Murphy's going to feature a fastball that's mid-80s. He was the lone winning pitcher against Stanford this year in the regular season. And they say he has a knack for getting out of jams. And Mike, no greater time than now to get out of jam with the runner on second with 2 outs.
They can't afford to give up anything else. Murphy facing Atwood, who is 1 for 2, came on as a pinch hitter, stayed on to play first, had a double and scored a run in the 7th his last time up. One, 2 out. Off the hands and foul. Five doubles tonight for Louisiana Lafayette, and they have all figured in the scoring, along with 1 home run, so 6 extra base hits out of the 10. Just remember, you want to know how good these guys are? They went to South Carolina and beat them twice in a row. Swing and a miss, and Steve Murphy does get out of it. But the Raging Cajuns push 1 more across, and the Spartans of San Jose State down to their last 3 outs here at the College World Series.
The Love Stories Channel intensifies passion.
Don't you ever get the urge to do that?
Heats up romance.
Tonight is your special night.
And uncovers forbidden love. Commercial free, all day, every day.
I may be in love with him.
It's everything you'd expect from a channel called Love Stories. Escape to romance.
Shopping for a used car or truck? Tired of wading through endless classifieds? There is a better way on the internet. Just click on autolocal.com for up-to-date listings on used vehicles from all across Acadiana. You can search by make, model, price, or by dealership. In Acadiana, for example, you'll find new and used cars from Musson-Patu in New Iberia and Lafayette. More information is just an email or phone call away. The new fast and easy way to shop for your next car or truck is autolocal.com.
Outtakes, the new book by Dan Patrick. Full, expanded interviews from Dan's Outtakes column in ESPN The Magazine take you inside the minds of today's favorite athletes. Dan Patrick's Outtakes, a great Father's Day gift. In bookstores now or through ESPN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Rosenblatt Stadium, College World Series. Want to make a little correction. We had Gordon O'Brien's parents located. In fact, it was Scott Doman, the starter for ULL. Here's Chris. Here's Yvette. The parents, we got to ask you about the hair. Let's take the hat off and explain it.
Well, I told the team if they'd make it to Omaha, I'd shave my head. They told me, no, I got it dyed. And I tried to make it blonde, but it didn't come out just right.
What's your natural color, Chris?
Gray.
How nerve-wracking is it to watch your son pitch to start this game?
Very nerve-wracking, very nerve-wracking. I'm just stomach cramps, everything else.
We see you cheering up a storm here. Is it easier once your son has left the game to cheer?
I'm sorry?
Is it easier once your son has left the game to root him on?
Much easier after he leaves the game. I wish he could have finished, but I'm glad that Gordy's in there doing his job. And that's what they've been doing all year long.
Congratulations. Your hair looks great, Chris.
Thank you.
Guys.
Dave, you're a good liar. Gordon O'Brien is in trying to save it for Scott Doman. He will face Tognetti, Fagan, and Douglas. Last chance for the Spartans of San Jose State. And the emotional ride both of these teams are on. It's got to be such a thrill. San Jose State getting here for the first time, Louisiana Lafayette, and yet all that joy goes away, boom, if you lose tonight. Now you've got to go home
with memories.
Tough.
with tough memories. You know, this is one of those heartbreak games. You don't mind if you get beat 15-2. It's not as, it doesn't hurt as much.
That's right. Tognetti is 0 for 3. Strike called from Gordon O'Brien. He has not thrown many fastballs for strikes. On deck, Fagan and Douglas. Douglas has been the hitting star tonight. 3 for 3. Fagan has a home run. Another breaking pitch high. While we have the chance, I just wanted to mention this has been a very nicely umpired game. Wiley, Burleson, Mascaro, and Davis have done a nice job. Sometimes we're all too quick to criticize the umpires and not acknowledge when they do very well. And there's a base on balls.
You're absolutely right, Mike.
Stay tuned following our game right here on ESPN2, RPM tonight with Reese Davis. Get all the highlights, analysis, and behind-the-scenes features from the world of auto racing. RPM tonight coming up next here on ESPN2. We may be far from done as Tognetti draws a walk with nobody out in the 9th for Fagan, who homered his last time up.
But that's how important that last run they picked up last inning is, because with the 2-run home run, they're tie ball game. 3 is tough to get.
And the heart of the order has become 6 and 7, as you saw on that last panel. 4 out of 6 for Fagan and Douglas. Fagan the home run, Douglas with a double and 2 singles. There's a fastball. When he first came in the game, as you see the action in the bullpen, O'Brien was throwing fastballs and getting them over. Then he switched to the slider, and that has been his consistently used pitch. Another fastball, and that one hit him. No, it hit the bat, they're saying.
Well, Fagan, intelligent player, trying to do anything. He knows we're down 3, not 2. So a home run right here is not going to help. Here it is, a ball inside. He tries to check his swing, and well, the catcher actually grabbed his jersey. It's so loose, it didn't hit him, but the glove grabbed the part of his jersey that was hanging out. He thought he might get away with it.
Good call by David Wiley, the home plate umpire. Here's the 1 and 2. Struck him out. Beautiful breaking ball from O'Brien.
There's the slider you're talking about, Mike. I was going to say. He's really mixing it up nice.
Oh, he had him set up for it after that inside fastball.
There it is right there. Get a good look at the spin, but you're right. He set him up with the inside fastball that almost hit him and then busted him away with the breaking pitch.
Here is Rob Douglas, 3 for 3 and 4 for 7 in the College World Series. The hitting star for the San Jose State Spartans. If you missed the story earlier, he had a disappointing season. He needed glasses. They made multiple trips to the doctor. Finally found something that worked for him. He's going to make sure those specs are clean for this at bat.
He's got some small peepers up there too, man. Look at how small those glasses are. Something bionic in there.
Those are the game glasses.
He's reading the seams.
He's done a great job of it too. Swung over the top of a slider. 0 and 2.
Well, you called it. Swung over the top of the slider, and here's a ball he just swings over the top. That's what it looks like. It broke down a little harder than he thought it was, but he read the break, just didn't judge it.
A double and 2 singles for Rob Douglas, the senior from Hayward, California. He needs another one for his club here. Breaking ball hangs high and outside. And again, when he has missed, he's missed high, but he's missed out of the zone most of the time.
And that's why Tony's rubbing his eyes, going, don't miss up there.
The pressure on Tony Robichaux. His club up 6-3 in the ninth. They stay alive if they win tonight, and San Jose State has to go home. Struck him out. 2 Ks in a row for Gordon O'Brien. Looking for the save. It would be his 4th of the year.
Here he is with a nice little, it looks like a breaking pitch, maybe even a split. I'm not sure if he throws a split or not, but it had great split action. And I think, Mike, we're going to see a pinch hitter.
Mike Gray, a junior outfielder from Issaquah, Washington, played at Bellevue Community College. Only recruit on the ball club out of the state of California.
Yeah, hometown Issaquah, Washington. I lived in Issaquah when I played for the Mariners. It's just outside
I said
of the city.
Issaquah, right? I didn't mean to offend anybody. Issaquah, glad you could
Issaquah.
Get that one. Fastball is high to Mike Gray.
They'd be all over me in Issaquah if I didn't correct you there.
I'm a little geographically distant from Washington. The state, that is.
Tell you what.
Fastball poured right down the middle. O'Brien averaging more than 15 strikeouts per 9 innings. He struck out the first 2 here. Trying to punch Gray's ticket, get out of this ball game, and stay alive in the College World Series. Missed 2-1.
And if anybody understands the situation, it's the home plate umpire. He doesn't want to call anybody out on a questionable pitch to end the season. A ball that's outside and have to have that looming over somebody's head the rest of the year.
Fastball fouled straight back.
Good hack by Mike Gray right there.
Had a good cut. You can tell when it's fouled straight back, they're on it. 2-2. People coming to their feet. Gray trying to keep this alive. Gordon O'Brien trying to nail down the first College World Series victory in the history of Louisiana Lafayette. Struck him out. Gordon O'Brien strikes out the side in the ninth. And Louisiana Lafayette wins it 6-3. They live to fight another day. And the Spartans of San Jose State will see their season end at 41-24. But they did get their first College World Series berth ever. Our hats are off to the Spartans of San Jose State and to the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette, who will move on to play another day. So here in bracket 1, Stanford moves to 2-0 today by defeating Clemson, so the Tigers will play Louisiana Lafayette on Tuesday. San Jose State, our first team to be eliminated. Bracket 2 continues tomorrow on ESPN. USC faces LSU in the winner's draw. Florida State in Texas in an elimination game here on ESPN2. We'll see you tomorrow from Omaha. For Harold Reynolds and Dave Ryan and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, Go.com. From the College World Series in Omaha. Good night, everybody.